Are we ready, ladies and gentlemen? It is time for the Tuatara Qualifier 2. Here we go. I am joined here tonight by the lovely TK. And if it's anything to go by last night, we're in for an absolute treat today, aren't we, TK?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Paddy. Great quality of racing last night, and it's going to be so exciting to see what they can do tonight.
Unfortunately, we do have a few drivers that have not come into this race, but actually, it means that these guys have got a better chance of getting in that top 5, right? I expect some amazing racing tonight, and same tracks as last night to keep it fair for everybody. How is everyone feeling? Are you feeling okay for this one, DK?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I think, like you were saying earlier, the odds of getting through tonight are higher. Obviously, just lower numbers in the same amount qualifying. But yeah, it'll be a good evening.
It will indeed. Right, okay then, let's ready up then for the first race of this qualifier event. It's Austria. There's 14 drivers competing. The top 5 out of 4 25% races get a seat in the Tuatara Championship. And if you don't know what Tuatara is, let's give them a go of... where is it? Oh, it's here. Let's go check out what Tuatara is all about, eh? And there it is, Tuatara, everything sim racing. And of course, these guys will be competing in the 10 race championship. And the winners, first, second and third, get some amazing prizes. Let's take a look at those prizes, shall we? So there it is. First place, you're getting the full grip package. That is a pair of socks, some grip for your pedals, and some Tuatara Sim Racing gloves as well. Second place is the gloves and the socks. And third place, you get yourself a pair of Sim Racing gloves. Some great prizes up to grabs for this championship. But for now, it's about qualifying to get a seat in this championship. And that's what these boys are doing here today. Who's your money on?
I don't know. There's a lot of fast drivers in here, you know, likes of Optic and I see you. Obviously, one of those names is... was in the league last season. Obviously, Optic's well known within, especially a few of our communities, for being quite quick around here. So there's all still to play for. I think those two have my money on tonight.
Indeed. So, like I say, 4 25% races here, and after the end of the 4, we will have another 5. Congratulations to the guys of last night's races. Really good racing last night. We had some excellent wheel-to-wheel battling, and we had the top 5. And they have got themselves their seats in the 10 race championship. The guys are waiting now to put their setups on. It's qualifying underway, so let's get into it. Yes, David, you can join, mate. I said you could join, but you've got to be available for Mondays. You've got to be available for Mondays, my man.
I did see him join, so he might be all right already.
Yeah. Okay, so like you said, Optic straight away up into P1 at the minute for the one-shot qualifying.
Yeah, he's always going to do well around here. It's quite a nice track for him, and it definitely suits his driving style.
Indeed. So, as you say that, he gets it all a bit wrong and goes down to 9th, 10th place there. So maybe it's the commentator's curse. Right back at you there, TK.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the case. Dropping down the order and I think invalidating as well by the look of it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in to this event tonight. These guys, and like we saw last night, actually, the nerves got to a few guys in the first couple of races. Once they started settling in, you saw some really good racing from the guys that unfortunately couldn't qualify because they'd done the damage too early in race 1 and 2. So, it's all about keeping those nerves, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely correct. And I think you were saying as well about the nerves getting to them. Obviously, our winner last night, Carlson, obviously not finishing the points in race 2, but then he came back to win the final 3rd and 4th race pretty much by a landslide.
Yeah, Like I say, the nerves were kicking in. So Lucifer then, and Expo and Gagley are your top 3. F1 Lewis is up there as well. Parallax and Wapole is up there. Slapbus in 7th. MK6 in 8th. Xbox Gulva in 9th. And Rude Only rounds off that top 10 for the one-shot quali. But it's not about the qualifying, is it? It's about the racing. Stop,
yeah, absolutely.
Carlson in chat, stop slandering me.
No, this is what you have to put up with for the next 10 weeks. I apologise for that, but this is how it's going to be.
It is indeed. It is indeed. So there's a few different things that we've changed. If you notice at the top of the Tuatara, it was covering the Delta. So we've shortened that up a little bit. You know, just any feedback that you've got so we can make it the best we can for when we actually start this championship next Monday. Then give us the feedback in the Discord. ! TRL if you want to become a supporter, or maybe you want to try and qualify for this event. There's still qualifier 3 to go and qualifier 4 in this event. But without further ado, the guys are getting their setups on. The guys are putting what tyre they want to go, and we're almost ready for the first race of this qualifiers. Couple of guys in chat are saying they've already messed up their lap, but as we've seen time and time again, you know, patience, great racecraft, and race management seems to prevail, especially when it's one-shot quali. You were seeing some of the guys last night coming from the back of the grid to get podiums, so it can be done. Don't beat yourself up over a one-shot quali. It's all about that, especially around Austria as well. Austria, very, very close racing, and little mistake can cause a big pile-up, especially these cars can follow so close together around this track. We got a formation lap, don't forget. Hopefully we don't get any glitches like the PRL Tier 1 did last night. They all get away pretty nicely. Hello TRL Hamilton, welcome in. Hello Carlson. Just a quick reminder for the boys that are racing, if you do not complete the 4 races, but then Gagley needs an invite back, but if you do not complete the 4, oh no, F1 Lewis has left the session, he needs an invite back as well. So F1 Lewis and Gagley have glitched out. So if you've not completed the 4 races, even though you might not have a chance of getting in, if you complete the 4 races, you can then apply to qualify to go into the 3rd qualifiers or the 4th qualifiers.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities to qualify still ahead of us as well.
Oh yes, there is a typo. Hamilton. I like that. That's funny. Okay, I'll tell you what, the Ferrari's not messing about here. He's starting on the soft compound tyre, but he's well ahead of the field. Almost like half a lap in front of David Jenkins.
Yeah, I think he knows exactly what he needs to do to get those tyres fired up, and he's just kind of running his own formation lap here.
And we're all coming round now. We've still got the Red Bull that's still got 2 corners to go before he lines himself up onto his grid spot. And we're almost ready to go. TK, who's going to have the honours this time?
I'll let you kick things off to start.
Alrighty then. Someone's been disqualified from the session.
Yeah,
disqualified from the session. Okay, that's good. Hopefully we don't get a glitch. I'm really hopeful we don't get this glitch. Okay then, here we go. We've got 5 lights here, the Australian Grand Prix, and we've got an early starter there. The Alpines jump the grid, but they do get away. But look at the McLaren of Expo. He gets an absolute fantastic start before turn 1. He's already in front of the Ferrari. The Mercedes get into 3rd place, and they all seem to go through there. The Aston Martin's going side by side with the Ferrari. Who's going to come on top here? They're still side by side through the section as we ride on board with the Ferrari here. Is it going to take a lunge in? The Aston Martin just about filters back in, and that's a great start from everybody, TK.
Yeah, really good start from Expo. Obviously, the Alpine of Gagli being that AI got a fantastic draw off the line, but just couldn't get that second pull away in the second phase of driving. So, yeah, dropped down the paces, unfortunately.
Slapbus then makes a position up on Gagli, up in the 4th place in the Haas car, and he's already on the back of Parallax, looking very racy on those medium tyres. You see a Mercedes getting a little bit wobbly out of that turn through Sector 2, but he just about keeps it together and holds that position in P3, does Parallax.
Yeah, I think F1 Lewis needs another invite back by the look of it.
He's DNF'd. F1 Lewis is DNF'd.
Yeah.
So that's it. Lap 1 complete, and Rude Only is trying to make a little move there at the back of the field, but we'll keep out at the front. Expo is had a great start, gets in front of the Ferrari, but Lucifer now is starting to reel him back in, as well as Parallax is wanting to get on the back of these two, but he's under a lot of pressure. Slapbus is not letting him breathe one bit.
Yeah, absolutely correct. He's putting all the pressure that he can on, and he wants to get that move done nice and early, especially on the medium tyre.
He tries the little switch back there. He's going to get the grips. Look at the grip he has on those medium tyres. It's amazing.
Yeah, really good traction coming out of that turn. It's almost unbelievable what he's achieving on the mediums, especially compared to the soft runner in front of him.
Dave Jenkins are going round the outside of the Alpine, which unfortunately looks like the Gagli does need an invite back. He's not. He
is back in. He's just got to get back in that seat in the menus.
Okay, so he's back in. He's just got to get back in the seat, and we'll be back. Ah, there he is. He's back. He's back. Gagli's back in the car. Right now then.
I feel bad for Lewis, the game retiring him when he can do anything about that.
It's all right. He's still got 3 races to go, and like I say, if he completes all 3, he still has another chance in the 3rd qualifier. Look at the Mercedes of Optic. He gets an absolute amazing exit, and he's going to make this move look easy. Around the outside he goes, and before the braking point, he does get that move done. The Red Bull has a little snivelly inside, but thinks better of it there. Gagli now not in the car again. No, he is back in the car, and he's starting to get himself back up the order.
Yeah, after having a really good qualifying, he dropped down the order. Just being in that AI really hasn't helped him, but he now has a job to do. He's currently down in 12th. I reckon he's back on for a podium if he can get a move on here.
Riding on board with the Williams of Sizzlington, which I believe is Matthew Caruana.
Is Matthew Caruana.
Yeah, so Matthew Caruana then, the Kimura Racing Pro driver, specialises in iRacing on the GT3 cars, one of the best in the world. He's given it another go this season, and he's currently in 7th place. First time, can we just mention, he's opened this game. So
I mean, he's literally on his 5 hours of free play through EA Play as well.
So a big shout out for him giving it a go. Not played this game at all yet, and he's going for the qualifiers. Fair play to him.
Yeah, if he can pull off a podium, especially in this first race, that'll be some hell of an achievement for the Williams driver.
Xbox Glover making a move on the Williams of Matthew Caruana, but Matthew Caruana is a natural racing driver, and he will not give up that spot very easily. Is he going to make a little move? I knew he would. He makes a little move down the inside. He keeps it together, but the McLaren stays in that position, and they're fighting it side by side still through this section. I'm hoping the camera gives me a better angle here, as it's just giving me the rear view and the front view, but we've got a better camera view now, and Matthew Caruana has had to filter back in, but he's not messing about. Look at this. He's going for it again on the long right-hander. It's not normally where you make a move, but he's feeling ballsy, and he goes for it. The McLaren didn't know where to go. What a move there from Matthew Caruana.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he somehow managed to keep up with the straight line speed when the McLaren had DRS, and that's managed to keep him in this battle as they headed through sectors 2 and 3. Riding
on board of the Aston Martin now. Aston Martin could make a position move here up into 3rd place and gets that job done on the MK6 nice and early. But will the Ferrari come back at him here? He's got the DRS wide open. What is he coming? He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining, but I just don't think he's going to be close enough to make the move, although he's late on the brakes there, almost going to really refuse of the Aston Martin.
Yeah, just manages to keep it out of that, and really good driving from the both of them, especially Aston Martin defending from the Ferrari.
This battle with the Williams and McLaren is still going on. Matthew Caruana in P5 at the minute, doing an absolute exceptional job. like we explained the first time on the game. But he's got to be careful because this bit battle has brought Optic back into play.
Yeah, he's now up into P7 after starting pretty much dead last. I think he was down 14th place at the start of this race, and he's made up a good few positions off the start.
Yeah, talking about positions, is he going to make a move before turn 1? Here we go. No, he's not. He's going to filter back in. Now, Optic is a very seasonal driver, isn't he? He's well seasoned, is our Optic. Optic is, well, as long as I've known him, he's played the Formula 1 game and been in a lot of league racing.
Yeah, I'll say I've known him for a good couple of years and always in racing, but he's a good young lad and he's definitely got potential in the next few years.
Indeed he does. And Optic then, he's got the DRS open, he's got plenty of ERS, very mature in the way he's saving that ERS at this stage of the race. Compare that to the McLaren, which is flashing red. If you want to know why it flashes red, it's because they're recharging the battery and it's below 10%. Is it 10%?
It is 10%, yes.
It is, yeah. I am right saying that. It's 10%. So he's used a lot of that ERS. And with that, Matthew Caruana could pull away here. And I think he's going to be a silly duck on the straight. And I think it's going to be a matter of time, not when. I say that, he's gone into the pits. He's had enough of those softs.
He's going for the undercut here as Xbox Culver. I believe it worked well for people last night, so we'll be able to see what happens in this case, especially around Austria. It could be very powerful.
Yeah, we did find that last night, didn't we? Guys pitting a couple of laps before they would normally come in and really making inroads. You're talking like 5 or 6 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was about a good couple of seconds, especially on the longer track, so we don't know what it's going to be around Austria, but we'll see in a couple of moments' time when the rest of the field starts to pit off those softs.
So, Optic has not messed about. He's got straight ahead of Matthew Caruana, but Matthew Caruana is going to try go back at him here. Optic goes defensive. Matthew's going to try around the outside, maybe get the better exit, going for the switchback. Will he get it? No, he's not. But he's got a good exit as Matthew through there, and he's sticking with him. He's going to switch to the inside, but he thinks better of it there, trying to put Optic off. But Optic, being a seasonal driver, is having none of it.
Yeah, both these guys know that it's all about when to make a move and don't try a silly move in a silly position, and that's what is leading these guys to race so well together.
We did have a yellow flag there. I think it was one of the Alfa Romeos, and the Mercedes of Optic then is going into the pits, and we're seeing now some pits. The pits are starting to come in now, aren't they, TK?
Yeah, absolutely correct. It'll be crucial here to see where Optic comes out in comparison to Xbox Culver. Those two were similar positions on the track when he went in.
Just a bit of an information update. Gagley, who unfortunately left the session but had to get him back in. He's currently last place, but he's gone onto the hard compound tyre. The only one on the field on those hards.
Yeah, I wonder if he's trying to play the long game. And actually, Xbox Culver and Optic come out pretty much at the same time, but Culver is ahead.
And riding on board with it now. So Culver then pitted a lap early, if you remember. And like you say, that undercut has worked a treat because he's back ahead of him.
Yeah, did really well to get out in front, and that early pit stop has worked, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in the latter stages of this stint.
The biggest gainer at the minute is David Jenkins, as we watch these two go side by side here. But David Jenkins up 10 positions in this race so far.
Yeah, starting on the mediums, he's had a really good run through the field, just avoided incidents by the look of it. He's managed to pull himself up quite high, following Matt Caruana through.
Now then, when's Matthew? Matthew Caruana started on the medium compound tyre, so we're going to probably see them around about lap 12, 13, would you say?
Yeah, softs pitted here probably about 7 or 8, so you'll probably be about lap 10 or 11, I'd assume.
So it's not too far then until we see some of the medium runners coming in, and these two are still battling, aren't they? Battling here for 11th and 12th place, but this is before a few of the mediums have pitted. We're going to go right on board with OBW and Rude Only. They're battling now as well. It's great racing from all of them. No mistakes from anyone just yet. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, currently Expo, who was our race leader, has pitted onto mediums. He's now in 8th place, so everyone above him currently yet to pit.
Expo in 8th then, our net 1 driver at the minute, as we see Optic and Gulver swapping places again, but they're still fighting it out. This is actually damaging a couple of their races, their race really, isn't it? They're battling like this. They need to really work together at this stage, don't you think?
Yeah, it's not going to be helping either of their paces when they're defending or attacking one another. If they can work together with the DRS and pull each other along, almost like they do in cycling, that'll benefit both of them.
Now then, let's go right on board with Expo here. because he is making moves on the inside of Rude only. But of course, we've got drivers coming out of the pits. He goes third place. Dave Jenkins and Wapple still yet to pit on those medium tyres. But let's ride on board here as well with Rude only, who just gets overtaken by OBW.
Yeah, both of those drivers still yet to pit as well, so they're probably going for the overcut here on some of the other drivers that might decide to pit a lap early. It'll be interesting to see how they come out compared to our leaders if they do pit a lap after or a lap before.
MK6 then is got ahead of Gulver and is just behind Optic. Matthew Caruana has come into the pits but come out in 12th place, so that overcut for him has not worked out at all, has it?
No, not as much he would have wanted at all, and unfortunately finds that Williams down in P12.
Listen to a pair of dulcet tones. What's that?
Dulcet tones.
What's that
smooth voices you'd have to read you bedtime stories.
Oh, bless you, Chaos.
That's the best way I can.
Is that a compliment? Is that a compliment from the chat? That's a compliment from the chat. Right, so Expo then is back in this race lead. It looks like everyone has made their pit stops now, and he's got a 2.7 second gap. But look at OBW picked up a penalty. Remember, yesterday we forgot to put it on strict, and it was regular. But so they got away with it on the first race last night, but they're not getting away with it tonight.
Well, you're saying everyone's pit. OBW is the only driver not to pit at the moment. He's currently running 10 lap-old mediums.
He's doing a great job then. He's going to be very quick at the end, but is it going to affect his race? Because if he pits now, well, he's going to be almost at the back.
Yeah, it'll probably be around Gagley and JT Gent just because of how close the rest of the field is, all within a second of each other, especially if you look on the map on your right-hand side of your screen. Everyone going through Sector 2 at the moment is so close together.
Speaking of Gagley, on the back of David Jenkins, Matthew Caruana has picked up a penalty as well. And OBW has finally come into the pits. Let's see where he comes out then, going extra long on those medium tyres. Can he make up the time difference on the fresh softs? We'll have to wait and see.
He's left himself not much time to do it. He had to have a good pit stop there, and he has by the look of it. But he is going to come out in P12 behind Gagley. Optic
then gets ahead of his teammate. We missed that one. But this seems to be a nice full three-way battle here for the last podium position. If these carry on this battle, Optic is in the head of this. He's 4 seconds behind Slapbus, but behind him, he's got a battle on his hands.
Yeah, both Mercedes on the medium tyre, and actually Parallax is on 7 lap-old medium, so he'll have quite the dying tyre towards the end. But Mark 6 currently in 5th place on the newer soft, so probably will be good towards the end of this.
Yeah. Now then, is the Mercedes now going to look and work together? They're not official teammates for the championship, because of course tonight is all about qualifying to make that position for yourself and get yourself a seat. But if they work together, can maybe keep that Ferrari behind until those softs run out. But that is not what Parallax wants. Parallax goes through. The Ferrari went to think about it as well. Optic closes the door, and it's now time for Optic to have the DRS. This could be interesting for the last 5 laps.
Optic actually opening and closing the DRS on the straight there. I wonder if that's just a little bit of defensive tactics from the Mercedes driver, just to hold him behind his teammate.
Ferrari, I thought Ferrari was going to get a lovely switchback there on those fresh softs, but it's not looking like there's too much difference between the two tyres out there tonight.
Not in straight line speed. It will be Sector 2 here, though. This is where the difference will come. The cornering grip will be so much better in that Ferrari.
Yeah, Optic really been bushy in his defensive display, just about giving him enough room. He's letting the Ferrari know, you're not getting past me without a fight. Great stuff.
Yeah, good defending. He knows he can sit behind his teammate now, use that DRS. Basically doesn't have to pass him pretty much until lap 17, but he's got all the defending to do from the Ferrari, who's going to be better in the corners.
And now it's become a 4-way battle. The Aston Martin of Wapple has joined this group, and he's absolutely flying. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go into turn 1, almost 3 abreast, but the respect from each other has now filed back in, and they survived turn 1. That could have been something special. The Aston Martin then goes to the inside, could get a move done here on the Ferrari. The Optic goes wide, pushing the Aston Martin even wider. And that's helped out the Ferrari, but now it's 4 cars, 2 by 2 they go. And this is great stuff, TK.
This is absolutely incredible. Really good defending by Optic, giving them absolutely no room on the outside, but just as much as he has to keep his teammate in front of him.
And the battle in between these guys is absolute insane. Parallax somehow stays out in front with these guys going side by side through here. The Aston Martin has the inside. Is he going to get the move done and get ahead of that Ferrari? Yes, he does. Great move.
Yeah, great move there. The attack by the Ferrari left him vulnerable to Aston Martin on the inside of that double left-hander, and now he's lost out.
Now then, 3 laps left to go. This is where that ERS is going to take... This is where the cleverness of saving that ERS is going to make a huge difference. Parallax out in front, 57%. He knows he's got to defend with this ERS. He's got to time it nicely. Optic doing a great job of his ERS saving as well. And of course, Wapple then is just not... He's on the softs. He's just going for it. Can he get 2 moves in one here? He's going for it. Oh my God, he gets pushed almost onto the grass. God knows how he survived it, but he makes the turn and he could get the move here. This is absolutely fantastic from the Aston Martin. Unbelievable racing here.
Yeah, the Aston Martin gets the move done and actually closes his DRS a little bit too early. It's just almost not getting the move done entirely before the corner. But yeah, really well done. And Matt Caruana has actually put himself in the mix as well as he tries to go around the outside of Optic and gets the move done.
Matthew Caruana, while these 3 are battling out, Matthew Caruana's come out of nowhere and took 2 of them. Optic now down in 6th place, and Matthew Caruana says, I'll take that. Let's go. I want that podium. Come on, baby. You want a race.
Yeah, he snuck right in there and caught them a little bit napping by the look of it. Went to that inside, which very quickly became the outside for Optic, and got the move done well before he had to.
And all the while, the Aston Martin then looking comfortable at the minute, but he's going to be vulnerable on the DRS. Now remember, Parallax saved a lot of ERS here, and now the Aston Martin could be... under pressure once again as we go into lap 16. 2 laps left remaining. These guys are fighting it out for the last podium place.
Yeah, I think Parallax can see that rear light flashing on the Aston Martin. That's going to be telling him he knows he can attack in the next couple of laps. He's just got to bide his time. But actually, he's going to go for it now. Round the outside of turn 4.
And I tell you what, we've just got to say, this battling's going on. Slapbus has managed to catch our race leader, only 2 tenths behind him. For as we got this battle going on, we'll have to keep an eye on the race leaders.
Yeah, Slapbus has done well to make up time on the soft tyre. The strategy really working for the Haas driver, and now actually has the DRS down the home straight as well.
After that amazing drive and display there from Matthew Caruana, he finds himself now at the back of this pack. The Ferrari has dropped pace there. MK6 seems like he's lost a little bit of pace as we see a change for the lead here. Slapbus taking the lead of this race with 1 lap to go. This is going to be one hell of a shootout.
Yeah, it's all down on this last lap now. Both the drivers in P1 and 2 are really high banked on ERS. So it's going to be a very, very quick battle to the finish here between our 2 drivers.
And I tell you what, all this battling is just bringing all the drivers back to it. I mean, we've got Matthew Caruana amongst it as well. MK6 has been brought back into this as well. Remember, we're on the penultimate lap here, and every point counts. We've got the Aston Martin flashing red. Is Optic now back into 3rd place? He was patient. Was he actually biding his time there? Clever man.
Yeah, absolutely correct. I think he was just biding his time, building up some ERS for his final attack. He knew if he went on this lap, he's going to have to defend on lap 18. And it just took him that bit of time to build up the ERS to know that he can be safe on this final lap.
Let's ride on board then with your race leaders at the minute. It's the final lap here at the Austrian Grand Prix for the first qualifier of the Tuatara Championship. And here he goes. Expo is coming right back at him here. He's on the medium tyre. He goes to the inside. Will the Haas fight it? He's got the wider line. Can he get the better grip? Are those softs running out? It doesn't look like it. He takes that position back.
Yeah, it's all going to be on the pull away here as well. And the Haas driver's got such the better pull away out of the corner.
And I tell you what, I think the Haas has absolutely timed that to perfection. So as we watch them go through the last sector, this is where it's all about. Who's going to get that 3rd place here then? They're still swapping places on the last lap.
Yeah, Optic's doing really well to defend. We saw how well he did earlier on in the race for his teammate, and now he's got to do it all for himself instead. And Wildpole is just struggling to get past that Mercedes.
He is indeed, as the front runners here, which have a 10-second gap, come through to the last corner, and it is going to be, it's Lapus takes the win here at the Austrian Grand Prix. Second place goes to Expo. Who's going to get third? It looks like Optic, with his maturity, his seasonal driving, as gets third place. Great drive from all of these gentlemen. Absolute fantastic wheel-to-wheel battling all the way through. You've got to say, if that's race 1, what's race 2, 3, 4 going to be? It's going to be brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic racing from everybody there. Really good defending from Optic to hold off that last lap attack from Wellpole and Parallax as well. Matt Caruana having a 5-second penalty as well, which did drop him down to P10 in the end.
I've got to say, though, fair play to Matthew Caruana. He has not played this game. He has not played this game. He's just opened it up today, and he was battling it out with the front boys. Great stuff. Great to see.
Yeah, straight in the chat says Matt Caruana, I hate track limits.
Optic then gets driver of the day. And do you know what? I think I'm going to agree with the game. I think the maturity from Optic there, although he didn't get P1 because he had to come from the back of the grid. Oh, God.
I've never seen that celebration
I haven't
before.
seen that. I thought there was a glitch in the game. Oh, brilliant. I've got to give it to him because that battling, he had a go at it, but then all of a sudden it looked like he lost pace. But what he was actually doing, as we found out after, was he was just being patient, saving that ERS, waiting to see if anything happened, and then he mounted his attack with a couple of laps to go. Fantastic stuff from Optic. Great drive.
Yeah, really, really good drive, and he'll be happy with the podium there as well.
Yeah, that was a well-deserved podium. That could have been any one of 5 drivers for that last spot. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, absolutely correct. It's actually Gagley. If he was in the top 10, he would have stolen the fastest lap point, but does steal it from one of the top 10 drivers as well, so stops someone getting that bonus point.
Exactly, and every single point counts, because if you remember last night, one person missed out by 1 point. Every point counts into trying to get this a qualifier. So let's go back into our chat box. What do you think to that?
I'll tell you what, it's a fantastic race there. So much expert strategy going on from a few of our drivers. Optic and Parallel really working together well as a team already. So we'll see how that continues over the next 3 races. I feel bad for F1 Lewis, obviously having that issue with the game prior at the start. But I know that he can come back.
He's
strong
got the
in next
pace
3
to come
races.
back. He's got 3 races, and he's got the pace to come back for sure. Okay, guys, we have got to give the drivers a couple of minutes to get their tickets in, if there's any tickets. So we're going to be back within a couple of minutes. Go and grab yourself a drink, and we'll see you back here in a couple of minutes' time before we go to the second race. Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, the street track. No error for mistakes. We'll see you in 2. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We are back and getting ready for round 2 of this qualifier. What a race that was. It's got to be said. Slapbus then takes the lead here on the first race. Good old British flag, English flag. He's rising as well. 25 points for Slapbus. Espo gets second. Optic in third. Wapple, Parallax, MK6 and Lucifer were all battling it out along with Matthew Caruana, but unfortunately he did get a 5-second penalty, so he managed to get a point.
Yeah, points are always important, and we were saying this a lot yesterday, but it's not necessarily about getting those top 3 every time. Getting that 1 point could be crucial.
And just in chat there, one of our stewards has just said no tickets have been submitted. I didn't think there would be many on that one, did you?
No, not at all. The racing was clean. I don't think we saw any incidents. Bear in mind, we saw a car pretty much take off yesterday after hitting the barrier.
I think there was a bit more nerves because it was the first one yesterday, wasn't it? And it was it was crazy. But no, it seems great racing. But it's a lot different track in Saudi Arabia. No room for error. Will we see a safety car in this one? Who knows? Let's ready up then for this second race. I'm excited. Parallax is quite strong around here.
Yeah, I remember I've seen him in a few of your lobbies. He seems to like Saudi Arabia. He can really link it up.
Yeah.
But he's got to do it over 13 laps and keep that consistent. That's where the challenge comes.
He seems to be quite a merchant at street tracks. I was racing with him today at Singapore and, well, he gapped everyone by 10 seconds, the little shitbag. Oh. But, yeah, he seems to be very strong around street tracks. So keep an eye on Parallax. He's going to be one to watch around this Middle Eastern track. One of the biggest countries in the Middle East. Or is it the biggest country? Biggest island? Biggest island?
No, you're really testing my Middle East geography here, and it is horrendous.
We're going to go with it, okay?
Let's go with it.
Let's go with it. Okay, so this time the guys are putting on their setups, and we're going to have a one-shot quali, and we'll see who comes out on top.
Danny in the chat saying he won round Saudi yesterday, so...
Ooh, David Jenkins looking, feeling confident for this one as well.
Yeah.
TK only knows about Chelsea.
I was in Patterson's stream last night. They were roasting me. I said I used to support Chelsea.
How can you used to support a team? Surely once you support a team, that's it. You just support a team.
So I used to follow them, and then I follow my non-league team a lot more now. So, they're still my Prem team, but they're not the team I follow properly.
Oh, we've got a problem. It's glitched.
Is it?
It's glitched.
Why on my screen?
What do you mean found on your screen?
Waiting for players.
Oh, no, it's sorting itself out. Perfect, brilliant.
Something EA have done correctly, hopefully.
Oh.
Players.
Oh.
There we go, countdown.
Oh, thank God for that. Whew. Whew. Did you take a picture?
I did. It is
God,
in the
thank God. I forgot to say about it.
Don't worry. I got it.
We've got a great team running this league. We really have. And a great support as well from Tuatara. Guys, if you are wanting any Tuatara merch, !TRL. If you use code PADDYPAT15, you can get 15% off any products from Tuatara.
I really like the bucket hats.
Well, you're going to be getting one in.
I'll be wearing that.
Hopefully, you'll be getting one before the league starts on Monday. I'm pretty sure he posted it today.
Happy days.
I spoke to him early this morning, and he's got you a top and a bucket hat, so we can wear, so we can be matching on the stream.
Yes, love it.
I love it. I said I've got. He goes, oh, do you need a new one? I said, well, no, it's fine, really. He goes, well, it'd look nice on stream, won't it? Fresh one. I'm like, well, I'm not going to say no, Gertrude. I'm not going to say no, my man. So we're going to be looking nice and professional and dandy, aren't we, TK? Come Monday.
Yes.
Thank you, I'm Teku, for the follow. Legend. Appreciate that, my man. And I'm Fernandez as well, coming in with a follow. Sorry, I don't have the alert box, so I can't hear it. But Expo then coming in looking very strong. And like I said, Parallax up there as well. David Jenkins, I think he spoke too early in the chat. Give himself too much confidence. He's starting at the back. So is PRL Optic.
Optic just likes a challenge starting from the back. By
He definitely does. Just to let you know, guys, nothing is going to work on the redeems, guys, because we haven't added them, and we don't really want to add them on a professional. Well, we try and be professional, don't we, TK?
Yeah, we try to be.
F1 Lewis coming round. He's come out of nowhere. Gagley now he's back in the car. He's looking racy in third as well in the Alpine. Up the Alpines. Don't mind if I do. Expo then gets the pole with a 1:27.1. And he's going to be setting the grid away for this race. I tell you what, Matthew Caruana down in 6th place.
Yeah, I think that's good for him considering this is a difficult track, especially even to an experienced F1 game driver.
Exactly. Not bad.
What is interesting though is Gagley qualified well last time. It was just a game that booted him out the car, so hopefully that won't happen this time and he'll get a better pull away.
Well, if it happens again, I'll turn off formation lap for the last two.
Wait and see what happens. It was all fine yesterday.
There you go, Peterson. You're ready to. You're all modded up, mate. The moment I do league racing or something like this, I play so bad. I don't understand.
It's the pressure.
It's the pressure. The pressure and the nerves. We've seen it yesterday. I mean, we've seen some rapid guys not qualifying in that top 5 because the pressure got to them. You know, it's a lot at stake getting in that top 5 over 4 races. And, you know, you've got a big chance of getting some good prizes as well in the championship. Remember, guys, it's a 10-race championship, this is. And the top 3 do get some great prizes, courtesy of Tuatara. What a great support they're showing for this league. And, yeah, looking forward to this one. I do like Jeddah.
I love it. It's a great track. It reminds me a lot of Vietnam, the track that was never was.
The calendar is average, not a fan of it. Well, you can blame TK for that.
Yeah, that's 100% on me.
He picked the tracks. He said, "What tracks should I put?" I said, "I don't care. I'm not racing it."
Your only request was Silverstone to start.
All I said was we have Silverstone to start because it's a good one that, you know, with the nerves, with everyone's nerves, and at the start of a league race, and you know, it can get a bit much. So I know that Silverstone does tend to show good racecraft and a lot of space for the cars and the runoffs. So that's why I said Silverstone.
English Dave is backing up my calendar. I appreciate it.
He has no choice to. He's part of the admin team.
That's fine. I'll take it.
It's like when you're a bouncer. When you're a bouncer at a nightclub, if some bouncer is an absolute idiot and he's not doing his job properly, you've still got to back him, which is which is fairly annoying. And it's normally the small man syndrome bouncers.
Oh, 100%. And I know that.
Yeah, and then a decent bouncer is sitting there like, God damn it, I've got to back you up here now. And you've acted an idiot yourself. Same sort of thing, I think. That was a bit random.
Yeah, who knows?
Right, still going round under the lights here at Jeddah on their formation laps. Let's have a little look to see what tyres everyone's gone for. Gagley has gone on the mediums, TK.
Oh, that's an interesting start from third place.
It is indeed, but if he can hold off, you know, been in third place, and if he can hold off and hold position, he will be looking good. However, if there's an early safety car in this race, he could really be undoing his strategy.
Yeah, I think we saw. Sorry, my words are failing me. We saw yesterday an early safety car around Saudi Arabia killed a lot of people's strategies, especially if they did start on that medium.
Indeed, it did. So they come round the last bend then, lining up in their grid spots, so we're almost ready to go. And I took the first one. I believe it's your turn to take the second.
Oh yeah, go on then. I'll take the drivers away as Expo is overtaken by Gagley. Please say he's going to stop. He gets disqualified, but he stops. That's fine. I thought he was going to keep driving and have the glitch that we had in Tier 1 yesterday.
It would be nice if all the drivers just, you know, go onto their spot correctly to not encourage the game.
We can hope, you know.
You know, just as, you know, it would be nice just to try and not encourage the game to spaz out on us.
We all know how vulnerable it can be sometimes.
Yeah, patch updates. We fixed everything. The game is fantastic. Oh, it's done. Literally, day after. We've had to cancel tier 1, bugs everywhere. Yeah. Go on then, TK, send us away.
Well, here we go then, ladies and gents. Looking for the start lights at the top of your screen. No start lights for the commentators, but they are away. Expo gets a good pull away here. The Red Bull alongside a big crash to the back. Alpine's gone round. That'll be Gragley. He's had a collision with someone. But Mark 6 is also up a couple of positions. Walpole up into 4th. Immediately being challenged by Matt Caruana, who goes down the inside and gets P4 pretty much off the bat.
I've got no settings on my screen.
Triangle?
Yeah, press that.
Ah. He has no overlay, but we'll keep coming. Expo is in 1st, F1 Lewis in 2nd, Mark 6 in 3rd, Matt Caruana 4th, Walpole in 5th, Culver in 6th. Slapbus and ICU make up 7 and 8. OBW09 and Rude Only are your top 10 at the moment. Slapbus does get a move past Xbox Culver. Culver goes around the outside, which comes the inside very quickly, holds that move off from the Haas driver, and really good defending by the McLaren. We still have no overlay on your screen.
I'm trying everything here. But we've got nothing to see what's and who's where's what at the minute.
That's okay. We'll keep going.
I'll have to just work with it, guys. And try and figure out what position everyone's in.
Yeah. So you're currently on board with Mark 6 by the look of it. If you go forward one, that'll be F1 Lewis, and then Expo.
We're on the lead. We're at the lead. We're on the leaders.
So Culver and Slapbus having a battle a bit further behind that, which is the Haas and the McLaren. They're having a good battle. It looks like Slapbus actually might get the move done here. Down into turn 1. He has the inside line.
Expo goes a little bit deep into the turn, but just about survives. And you've got the Red Bull under pressure from the Ferrari in 3rd place. I have no idea who these are.
Yeah, it's doing really well. The Red Bull and the McLaren pulling away in front a little bit. They're not pulling away as much as they wanted to from the Ferrari and the Williams behind them. Matt Caruana is still looking in contention. The top kind of 7 are all within a couple of seconds of each other here.
Yeah, Matthew Caruana in 4th place at the minute, looking very racing on the back of the Ferrari. Not doing a bad job at all.
Yeah, he's almost pushing Mark 6 through this flowy section. This is where his pro knowledge really comes into contention. He knows how much he can push limits, especially in a Formula 1 car.
Exactly that. And the battle here for 1st is on as well. The Red Bull is making its way through the section.
We had a little look on the left-hand side, but it wasn't going to stick. But you will have a look on the right-hand side here as they come
and the Ferrari's been brought into this as well, TK. Look at these drivers go. Matthew Caruana's like, I'll have a bit of that as well. And they almost go 4 wide into the last turn. The outside line is Matthew Caruana. He's going to get a great exit. Could Matthew Caruana get into the lead of this race? In the slipstream of the Red Bull, he goes. It's brought the Aston Martin amongst it as well. And look at these guys going to turn 1. Matthew Caruana gets it into P2. Or does he? The McLaren is having none of it. He's like, no, thank you. I want that position back. But Matthew Caruana holds the nerve and gets it into P2.
Yeah, great move down the home straight there. Had the slipstream and had a little bit of knowledge to back out for the position for P1. But did well to hold P2 against Expo, who now rides the curb and goes very wide in the end of Sector 1. Pushes actually Walpole almost into the wall as he recovers onto track. And it looks like Slapbus also got an illegal overtake as he drops back behind the McLaren, letting him back past. But now the 2 McLarens in a Haas sandwich. Slapbus stuck in the middle of the 2 cars from Woking.
Yeah, so I've just plugged in my wheel as well to see if I can get it working from the wheel, but it's not even working from the wheel, so we're just going to have to put up with it for this race, I'm afraid, TK.
That's fine, I'll keep you updated as to who's going where, what lap we're on, etc. As we keep going, DRS has been enabled as we are on lap 3, and the 2 McLarens now fighting it out. Xbox Culver's going to go around the outside of his teammate as they head down into the final hairpin. What's it going to be? Both cars have DRS, and actually Culver gets the move long before the hairpin here. A really good move for Culver there.
Have you got the telemetry on your screen?
I do.
Okay, well at least you've got something. Here we go. Matthew Caruana is making a move for the race lead here. Matthew Caruana opens the game for the first time today, and he's in the lead of this race. Unbelievable.
Yeah, really good drive there from Matt Caruana. He used the DRS really effectively, really cautiously as well to get past, and waited that extra lap and then got the move done when he was confident he could start to pull away.
Indeed. I'm almost thinking, is this even Matthew Caruana?
It is. I can guarantee it is Matthew Caruana in the lead of this race.
Great stuff. No incidents so far. We had a bit of a coming together on lap 1 with Gagley involved in the Alpine. But since then, it's all been pretty clean and nice from these drivers.
Yeah, Expo's actually pit further back after losing positions to his teammate. I wonder if there's a front wing in there, potentially. But Gagley and JT Gent have also pitted. So Gagley's on new softs. They won't last him to the end, but it did allow him to get a fastest lap. Expo's gone on to the medium this lap, hoping they'll see him through to the end of the race.
Okay, what lap are we on?
Currently on lap 4 of 13.
Lap 4 of 13. So we should see some soft runners coming in any moment now. Unfortunately, I can't show you the telemetries at the minute because it's decided no for my screen.
Yeah, you'd probably expect the soft runners to come in probably lap 5 or 6. That's when we'd be expecting them. But Lewis is making a move on Matt Caruana here with the DRS down the home straight. Pretty much the mirror opposite of what happened last lap as Matt Caruana drops back down into P2 now.
Yeah, sorry, I'm finding it hard to keep up on the chat. My bad, guys.
Yeah, Norris, the two Ferrari teammates also battling out as well. Mark 6 currently in the lead of his teammate, I see you. And these two will be making the pit wall a little bit nervous. Got a yellow flag further back. That's Gagley, who span round in Sector 3, potentially with JT Gent. But yeah, the Alpine not looking too racy at the moment.
No, not having a good time out there. But I don't know what's happened to Matthew Caruana, but he's gone down the order and now finds himself down into 6th place. And he was leading this race. Is he run out of tyres? Has he clipped the wall? Either or, he's lost a few positions there.
Answering your question in the chat, has anyone DNF? No DNFs as things stand. Gagley is still running in 15th. But yeah, you're absolutely correct. Matt Caruana's lost positions. So as I see you. Actually, Walpole is up to 3rd place now.
Matthew Caruana battling out with the Ferrari, and Ferrari gets ahead of Matthew. And Matthew seems to be struggling in this stage of the race. Maybe those tyres are starting to scream. Maybe he took too much out of those tyres in the first few laps. He's on the soft like everyone else out the front. But he's now struggling a little bit more than others out there.
Yeah, those soft tyres are definitely coming to the end of their lifespan at the end of this lap. It will have been 5 laps. You're normally talking about now for a pit stop. So we'll see what happens as they come down the home straight. I wonder if we'll see anyone dive in. It will be undercut territory and probably will be very, very powerful around here as you'll get out into a lot of clean air. And
we see the Ferrari going into the pit. So the lead Ferrari stays out. And the second Ferrari goes for that undercut. Keep an eye on that one as he comes in. Will he get that undercut done? Could be a great idea from that Ferrari.
Yeah, I see. He's dived into the pits. He's put the medium tyres on whilst his teammate Mark 6 has stayed out to take the lead in this race. I wonder if they're communicating here. They did well to avoid a double stack, and a lot of our drivers have done well to avoid a double stack earlier on in race 1 as well.
And the Red Bull driver then goes a little bit deeper. Matthew Caruana doesn't need a second invitation there to get that position.
Yeah, Matt Caruana is not one of the drivers you want to give that room to, because he will use it and he will take that position from you at the slightest of opportunities.
Indeed he will. Okay, let's go back, I believe. Are we going back or are we going forward here? I don't even know anymore.
Who are we on board? We're on board with Mercedes. That'll be opt. Oh no, it's still going through. I have no idea who you're on board with, so it's weird. Got a yellow flag. JT Gent's retired from the session.
Oh!
Mayo has crashed out. Will this be a safety car? He's crashed out pretty much as that left-right in Sector 1. Currently no safety car as things stand. It was just a yellow flag. Car has been removed by the marshals and that yellow flag has been removed, who is still racing here in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, so the Ferrari has kind of pulled a gap a little bit now, but all of a sudden Matthew Caruana is looking racy again. But we've got to see a lot of these guys going into the pits. We've got an Aston, we've got a Ferrari, we've got a Williams, all coming into the pits. F1 Lewis has stayed out. So he's going for the overcut now.
Yeah, I think he's got to commit to that. He's got to get this out, this in-lap really, really well. He has to have life in the tyres, because if not, he'll be under pressure, if not overtaken, way before he exits that pit at the end of this lap.
So the Ferrari then comes out of the pits and is straight away fighting with the McLaren.
Yeah, so that will be Expo and Mark 6 fighting, both of whom have already pitted. Expo pitted quite a few laps earlier, 3 laps ago in fact. So he'll have his tyres warmed up and actually will be putting Mark 6 under a lot of pressure here.
Indeed, that was crucial that he got ahead of that McLaren, so he wasn't held up here. So great job there. But do I see a Ferrari ahead?
Yep,
I do. So that undercut did work a treat.
Yep, undercut worked perfectly for I see you, and actually 2.5 seconds is the advantage.
Absolutely amazing stuff.
Yeah, great choice by COSE's pit team here. He got him in the lap earlier, and that has given him now almost 3-second advantage over his teammate further back. And actually, Culver is only a few seconds up the road, who's still yet to pit on the medium tyre.
Awesome stuff.
F1 Lewis does now come into the pits. You won't be able to see it on Paddy's screen, so obviously he's got no telemetry, but we'll keep an eye on where we expect him to come out. He was battling with the 2 Ferraris and Matt Caruana, who's losing out as well, so we'll see where he comes out.
Is F1 Lewis a McLaren?
Ferrari, Red Bull.
Okay, we're on the Red Bull now. We've got the Ferrari, which I believe is P1, and you've got the other 2 Ferrari and McLaren, and the Aston as well, battling it out into the turn. And F1 Lewis has really done himself over there, because a lot of drivers have got ahead, but he just about stays ahead of that Haas car.
Yeah, F1 Lewis back down to 5th place. Behind him is the Slapbus and Matt Caruana, who both have those fired up tyres. They'll be looking to make an advantage of this lap before the Red Bull can get their tyres fired up to temperature.
Sorry, Matt, I'm all a bit lost on this. This is so crazy without any telemetry at all.
I'll try to keep you updated. So I'll run you through our top 5 currently. So I see you is in first. Expo in the McLaren in second. He does have a penalty for 3 seconds though. Mark 6 in the other Ferrari, currently third. Walpole in 4th, and F1 Lewis currently in 5th. Is JT Gent T Taylor 96? I'm assuming he is. I've now clipped the wall and took my full wheel. Optic's in the wall!
What? No!
Optic's crashed out! Optic is out!
He's out and he's left the session. What's happened there?
Gagli's retired as well. Gagli's retired in the pits. Optics come round the long left-hander at the end of Sector 1 and then ended it in the wall on the left-hand side by the look of things.
Oh dear. Optic. What has he done there?
Still no safety car though at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Still only yellow flags in sectors 1 and 3, and that's actually for Gagli's retired car in the pits. So Marshall's doing a fantastic job of getting everything out of the way before they have a safety car here.
Do they have a safety car?
No, still just a yellow flag caution. No safety car out yet.
Wow, interesting. I might have to check the settings on that one.
Yeah, no, still racing. Yellow flag has been removed, and I see you is 4.5 seconds clear of second place. Walpole now up into second place with Mark 6 in third. We've got Ride Only, who's actually, I think, ended up spinning around at turn 1 as well, but has recovered to the track. Expo down to 4th, being passed here by F1 Lewis as they head down into the long left-hander. Lewis gets down the left-hand side. No, does Matt Caruana. He's got the inside now. Becomes the outside, and he's going to be looking to make a move on the McLaren and gets that done with good bit of ease. That's a Mercedes in the wall. I think that was Optics Mercedes. It was.
I do apologise, guys. I've got no telemetry at all. I'm really struggling to keep up on what's going on things.
Yeah, you're currently on board, I believe, with Expo, if that's on Haas in front of him. Yes, it is. Currently down in P7, one of 2 drivers to currently have a penalty. And dropping back from the Slapbus as things happen. Slapbus has DRS on Matt Caruana in front of him. There's a big DRS train all the way up to second, where AFC Walpole is defending for his life without the DRS ability and keeping going with just ERS. Mark 6 moves to the inside of the start of the home straight, goes down the left-hand side. Lewis will be following him as well as they try to make a move up into second and third respectively and get the move done before turn 1.
Great stuff.
Actually, now F1 Lewis gets a better traction out of turn 2. He's gone around the outside of Mark 6 and regained P2 for the Red Bull. Splits the Ferrari, so it's now Ferrari 1-3.
There we go. We're on that battle now. I'm so sorry, guys. This is so difficult.
Keeping an eye on what's going on. We've got 3 laps remaining. We're currently on lap 10 of 13. So 3 laps remaining once they cross the line next time around. We're currently exiting Sector 1 into Sector 2 here. And this is all the battle going on. Expo is just dropping positions, though. He was up in 3rd at one point, but now he's all the way down in 8th place. He's on 6 old mediums. I wonder if they're really not working for him compared to the newer tyres of other drivers. What else? Everyone is on the track. We've currently got 12 drivers remaining. Optic Gagli and JT Gent all retiring from the session for one reason or another. No safety cars of yet in the entire 2 races we've had for qualifiers. Matt Caruana just clips the wall on the right hand side there as they go through, but fortunately keeps away from damage. And actually Mark 6 making a move on F1 Lewis. They come around the final hairpin. He goes to the outside. Can he get the better tracks as they run down the home straight? Lewis gives them enough room. It will be DRS available, and they go across the DRS line. DRS wide open. Again, choosing the outside line is Mark 6. They run down towards turn 1 and gets the move done before turn 1. Nice and comfortably, and actually Lewis under a bit of pressure from Walpole and Matt Caruana behind him as well.
It's a shame because this battle is so tight here. How many laps left have we got to go in this race?
2.5 laps remaining as things stand. They've just crossed the line to start lap 11 of 13.
Oh, it's so annoying because I really look at the racing. Matthew Caruana's going for it again on the inside. I believe that the Ferrari there is in P1. So Matthew Caruana gets himself up into 3rd place, is it?
Up into 2nd place is 2 Ferraris, 1 and 2. I see who's got a 6-second advantage on his teammate in 2nd place at the moment. But yeah, Matt Caruana in 4th place, F1 Lewis in 3rd. We've had a retirement. Rude Only has retired in the pits at the end of lap 10. He's decided he's not going to get any points from this race.
I tell you what, that undercut worked an absolute treat, didn't it?
It really has. I see was actually gained such an advantage. The undercut and then the clean run and clean air has really advanced the Ferrari, even just more from his teammate and pretty much the entire competition. As F1 Lewis goes down the inside of Mark 6, the other Ferrari in this occasion, as these 4 are battling for the 2nd and 3rd place podium spots.
Indeed. Optic, you do need to get yourself back into the lobby, mate. Try and reset your game, get yourself back in, because you know you've got yourself some great points in the first race, and trust me when I say you really can. You can definitely get that top 5. However, you know, if you don't, you will not be able to qualify for qualifier 3 or 4. You've got to complete the 4 races if possible, please.
Yeah, F1 Lewis is managing to get a bit of a gap here on Mark 6, but actually they're gaining a lot of time to ICU, who has no front wing at this moment. I wonder if he's ended up in a wall here, so he is losing time after time to everyone behind him. The gap was 5.5 seconds. We're now down to under 2 seconds, and ICU will have to pit here as he has no front wing. If you go up 2 drivers, you'll be able to see that, Patty.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. We've gone from 40 odd viewers to 29 because of this shit show.
134.
Oh, I do apologise, guys. The game is... I'm just all over the place for this. It really got me, actually. I don't know where the hell I am.
I see you is now being passed by a...
I see you doesn't give me anything to know where he is, though.
The Ferrari.
I don't know where they are. There they are. Right, we're on them. I'm sorry.
Look for the Ferrari with no front wing.
EA has mugged me off, mate. They really have.
On board with Matt Caruana by the look of the stream. He's currently sat in 3rd place. He's got Mark 6 ahead of him, and F1 Lewis currently in 1st place after ICU has lost his front wing and lost such an advantage that he had over the rest of the field. It would be brave if he even finishes in the points here as we enter the last lap of this Jeddah Corniche track. F1 Lewis has about half a second advantage on Mark 6, who has about 0.3 of a second advantage on Matt Caruana. Matt Caruana here probably can go for the win. He's got 2 DRS zones left on this track, not including the home straight. And this is all to play for the Williams driver. We'll keep on board with him because this is where all the battle is. He's going to go around the outside of the Ferrari into the first of the DRS zones. This is what we were talking about, into the long left-hander. He's going to try and stick it around the outside, gets the better traction, gets the drive out of the corner, gets the move done on the Ferrari. Now his only opposition ahead of him is F1 Lewis. He's got half a second, about 6/10 of a second to gain. but he has 2 DRS zones to do so. He's got to keep within that time.
This is not Matthew Caruana. This is not Matthew Caruana. This is one of his mates on his account. I'm telling you now, this isn't Matthew Caruana. Matthew Caruana's done us over here. He's playing the funny beggars. And there's no way on earth that Matthew Caruana, having opened this game, not played it. You all know, right? I'm calling him out on this. I'm calling the bluff. I'm calling him out here. Because there's no way on earth that Matthew Caruana's opened this game for the first time, managed to get setups for every single track, and have the pace that he has right now on the last lap, fighting it out with a Ferrari. There's just no way.
Mark 6 takes the win on the last lap of the race. 40,000.
I'm not having it. I'm calling Matthew Caruana out. I'm calling him out, TK.
Less than a tenth separate the top 3, so Mark 6 gets the win. Matt Caruana, who got the overtake on the hairpin, but lost out on straight line speed to the Ferrari, comes in P2, and F1 Lewis comes P3 here in the Red Bull.
I'm calling him out. The guy's faster than me, and he's only just opened. I'm calling him out, TK. This is not on. I'm calling his bluff. Once again, guys, I do apologise that the telemetry wasn't on there, and of course the actual viewership of the broadcast wasn't very good either, because we just didn't know what the hell was going on. So hopefully it sorts itself out for the race 3. I had nothing at all to go by, so I do apologise to the guys watching that on stream. It wasn't that great, but it wasn't my fault. Okay, EA has basically shafted me on this one, so hopefully it sorts itself out for the next race. I've got no information to tell you either, so I don't know.
I don't know if we come up with that.
It's got nothing. I've got nothing.
I'll run through our top 10 then. So Mark 6, starting 4th, gets the win. Matt Caruana up to P2. F1 Lewis P3 after losing out 2 positions in the final corner. Walpole is P4. Slapbus P5. Parallax P6. I see you after that front wing loss. Drops down to 7th. Expo in the McLaren, just ahead of his teammate in P8, and Xbox Culver, the other McLaren, in P9. OBW is P10, and then just losing out the points is David Jenkins, Rude-Only, Optic, Gagley, and JT Gent, all retiring from this race earlier on. But Gagley, once again, does get the fastest lap of the race for a 2nd race in a row.
I'm going to get Matthew to send me a picture of him sitting on his rig on the game in the lobby.
We're asking for proof that it is him driving.
Yeah, I need proof. The whole team needs proof. I just don't believe it. I don't believe a guy can just get the game, all right, get the game, and have all these and be fighting. I mean, I know he's a pro driver. I know he's but he's an iRacing GT3, one of the best in the world, and I know he got good on the F122 game. But to be that quick when it was really hard to get used to when you first opened the game, it wasn't like hard, but it was good, wasn't it? But yeah, it was like it was different to get used to, wasn't it? And then have setups to be battling it out at that pace. I need proof, mate. I'm sorry.
But then I think if you look at it from this way, everyone was saying that the 22 game or the 23 game was a lot more realistic in terms of driving style. But maybe that's favoured him after his iRacing and after Factor 2 experience, that it just feels the same.
I don't know.
As those sorts
I'm
of
still
simulators.
calling him out. I'm still stuck in the lobby. I don't know what.
I'm stuck in the results screen as things stand.
I haven't. Yeah. So take a photo quickly, buddy.
I already have. It's already an admin
Yeah, because
chat.
I have a funny feeling we might have to start this lobby again, guys. Thoughts on Bincella's pie? Facts. Just simple facts. But I'm calling him out here because I don't, honestly, I think he's playing funny beggars.
Well, he has been reported for an incident that happened at the final hairpin.
Ooh.
But we'll see what happens. Our stewards are investigating the matter as things stand.
Right, guys, it's just stuck on the screen, mate, so we're going to have to reset the lobby. Reset the lobby, guys.
Close my game, get it back open. Yeah, we'll get invites out very shortly once we get the lobby back open.
Yeah, I do apologise, guys. The lobby just decided to break on us, so we're gonna have to reset the lobby up and get everyone back in. So it's going to take a couple of minutes for this one, so I do apologise. It was giving us little inklings, wasn't it, of doing that? So I think what I'm going to do is turn off the formation lap, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just an extra thing, isn't it, for it to just screw up. So plus it saves us a bit of time because of the setup time, you know. Don't forget I've got a league race at 9:30.
We both have a league race at 9:30.
We both. We're teammates. You're my new teammate.
I am.
Don't forget, after this, guys, we're going league racing in the esports prospects. Yeah.
I've had 0 practice around Brazil.
Neither have I, mate. Don't worry about it.
We'll just low downforce. It'll be fine. Your straight line speed.
Invite only. Right, guys, while we get this sorted, we're going for an intermission. Stay with us, bear with us. It's going to take us a few minutes, but we'll be back in 2 minutes.
To be fair to Matt Caruana, he sent a photo.
Has he actually? Dick! Dickhead, he's done it as well. Well, no, you can't have a bite of food. You've got to invite everyone in, you bellend. By the way... Oh! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And we've got the drivers back in, I believe. Optic.
Oh, easy.
Optic's in.
Ban me.
Gagley. No, he's in. We're missing... We had 15 drivers. Oh, David Jenkins.
Oh, yeah. I can't invite him. Photo. Mark 6 is in. Then Von Lewis is in. Parallax. I see what in. Olver is. OBW in. David Jenkins isn't. He's
if David Jenkins can invite, request to join, I can't bloody find him.
Oh, ride only. That's good.
Where's David Jenkins? What? Where's he gone? David Jenkins, you're going to have to... Both tickets are both out, buddy. NFA on both. NFA on both. Interesting.
No further action.
Yeah. David Jenkins, he's going to have to request to join. I can't find him.
Yeah, I don't have a friend. I sent... We had 15, didn't we? That's what we had.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Waiting on him. David Jenkins.
Nope, not coming up on there either. God, these patch updates just they create something else, don't they? They like fix one little problem and then they create something else every time. I've asked David Jenkins, he should be in there, but he's not, so we're just gonna go with it. We're missing 2 drivers though.
Yeah, no, we're missing David Jenkins and we're missing ride only. He's got an invite.
God, wouldn't it be nice to have a lobby that just went so smoothly each time? They all listened to you by adding you up.
Never happened.
Adding you up, perfectly done. All in the lobby by 6:20. All full 20 drivers.
Ah, is that right?
I didn't do anything, to be honest. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's ready up. I've had enough of waiting. Let's go. We've got an hour and a half to my league race. We've got 2 races to do. Let's go.
Interesting.
Rude Earnley's missed out. He will not be able to get back into this qualifying race. He's been invited 3 or 4 times, same as David Jenkins. So let's go. We've got the boys that are actually wanting to qualify for this championship, and we can't keep them waiting any longer.
Yep, hopefully not too much longer.
Let's ready up and let's go. Just a reminder, guys, formation lap is off. Formation lap is off. Oh, Bruno's in. Whoa, he's just made that in, hasn't he?
Just made it in.
So you've got the point. So who's really leading the championship so far?
That's a very good question. So at the moment, reasonable.
That's going to be awkward.
I'm going to have to wait.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait. It's a shame that the lobby
I'll have to get my Excel spreadsheet up, and we'll have to do it the manual way, unfortunately. I'll probably have to do it after prospects in this case, but I'll get it done.
It is what it is.
And then I'll do the old graphics as well at the same time.
It is what it is, my friend. No problem at all.
Everyone likes the graphics.
I hope that the telemetry works, because I feel like I got outdone. That race looked so good, and I couldn't commentate much on it.
Oh, it was the first time I've had to audio describe a race in F1.
Audio describe, because I was all over the place. Which Ferrari am I on here? It's crazy how you take it for granted, though. These little things, you know.
Well, it's almost like I was doing it for the radio at some point.
Yeah.
I guess that's how David Croft started.
Well, and of course, you know, now he's got about 400,000 screens and figures out things before it even happens. Okay.
Yeah, they actually only have like 4 screens. It's mental.
Yeah, you would think, like, you know, like we've got if you press the red button, you can go on and drive on board with each car, right? You'd think that they would have 20 screens, little mini screens of seeing each driver, so they know exactly what's going on.
They don't even get to choose what they can look at as well.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is they can go and say something if the Sky Sports have missed that. They can go, oh, well, WHATCH's doing that, and then Sky Sports could make the decision or something like that. Just so they got an idea, like, you know. Anyway, enough chatting bags and trying to tell David Croft and Martin Brundle how to do things. Let's get into the qualifiers. And we're around this Japanese circuit. Very good circuit, this, isn't it? Very tough for the drivers through Sector 1, but some really good overtaking points as well.
Yeah, it's such a challenging track, especially when you come to your choice of setup on the car. Do you go for that higher downforce for Sector 1, or do you run the risk of having a lower downforce and have that straight line speed through Sector 3?
Indeed. Paradox then looking very, very racy in qualifying.
Yeah, he's always done well. We've had JC Gent retire from the qualifying session, unfortunately. From the back, Parallax doing well in qualifying at the moment, though. So is Expo. He's always been up there in these qualifiers.
Okay, so if you could do me a favour, send those photos to English Dave and get English Dave to add them up so we can have an idea after this race, so we know where we are.
He can see them. They're in the app.
Yeah, so if you can just get English Dave to add them up so we can tell the viewers what and where, what's how. That would be fantastic, English Dave. Admin's just not the title, you know that, right?
Slap Boss is P1. That is Ron Patterson, apparently.
Slap Bus is in P1, nice.
Apparently so.
Not doing very well in quali, but look at the times in qualifying there, look. Wow.
That's quite weird. You've got a P5 and a P1, and that's kept him at P1 overall as things stand.
Indeed. And I think Matthew Caruana is now actually in his seat, and someone else is not racing because he gets a 128. That's more like it, Matthew. Oh, brilliant.
Optic and I see you validating that happened. I'm not quite sure what happened. WWJT probably out of the qualifying session rather.
Optic needs to get a move on in this race. He didn't get any points in Jeddah, but he got a 3rd place, didn't he, in the first race? So he's up there. If he gets a good result here, you know, he's right in that top 5, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been constantly messaging me asking what he needs to do to qualify. I've just said it's top 5 after the 4 championship rounds. Yeah,
but he will be up there because, like I say, a podium does give you a good haul of points, doesn't it? I think at this stage, 5th place had 15 points at this stage, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Break this up.
Course you did, Matthew. Course you did.
We have to get a move on with this, otherwise Matt Caruana is going to run out of free play time on the game.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Right, okay, so we are waiting for the cars to put their tyres on, get their fuel load. What tyre they're going to go for as we go for a 25% race here. It's the 3rd race of the 4 25% races. Remember, the top 5 grab themselves a seat. We've already had the first 5 yesterday. Congratulations to them 5. And of course, tomorrow we'll be back for the 3rd qualifiers. We do have telemetry this time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank God for that. Here we go then. It's 5 lights here at the Japanese Grand Prix, and away we go. Parallax gets a bit of a shaky start. That brings the McLaren right amongst the play. He's going to go into turn 1 ahead of the Mercedes. Expo into the lead he goes. The Aston Martin of Wapples holds position, but Slapbus is not hanging about. He wants to get amongst it, but Gagley is holding up that pack there, and the top 3 almost get a nice little gap from the pack, as we see the Red Bull of Gagley almost going side by side and getting that move done, but he's put himself under pressure now by not having the right line in at the exit of that. A little bit of a coming together there from the Red Bull and the Ferrari, but they just about managed to get through without any serious damage.
Yeah, talking about damage, Slapbus has succumbed to damage earlier in this race, losing a front left end plate on his front wing, so a championship leader suffering damage in turn 1.
And that's what it's about with these 4 races. It's all about that consistency and staying out of trouble. And that's what creates 20 drivers in the Tuatara Championship with the best racecraft and the best pace overall. So it does. Last season was brilliant, wasn't it? It really did. Yeah,
the racing standards, I think the best thing about it, it was just nice to see everybody kind of getting through low incidents, and the quality of racecraft was fantastic.
You see Lucifer then getting the move done. This is where the battling's going on here. Very tight racing as they go through, and we've got our first contact. Oh my God! It's absolute carnage! That was wow! Gagley, Lucifer, both out, coming together on the last turn, and the rear end hits the entry of the pit lane, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a safety car. Let's have a look at the tyre choices here. So AFC Warple, MK6, Matthew Caruana and Rude Only started on the medium compound tyre, and that could really affect their strategy.
Yeah, that's actually saved the Slapbus's race, being able to get in and get that front wing change under the safety car period, and actually before everyone has caught up to the safety car as well. There is a high possibility. I see he's left the session, so I'll invite him back in. There's a high possibility now, if the Slapbus can get a really good run here under the safety car, he'll actually overtake everybody as they go to pit.
Just a reminder, guys, you've got to complete all 4 races. 4 races to then have a chance to qualify and sign up for the next one. Okay, if you don't qualify, if you don't sign up for the next one, you will not. Sorry, go on, TK. I've explained this that many times. It seems like. Go on, just do it.
4 races in the championship. If you crash out of one, you must complete the other 3 in order to be able to qualify 3 or 4 later on this week.
Exactly that. So you must finish all 4 races, regardless whether or not you have a chance of qualifying in the top 5 or not, in order to have a second chance at getting a seat. So Lucifer, I suggest you get yourself back in, as we see Optic getting a 5-second penalty as they all start coming into the pit. What does Wapple then do? He goes straight on. He's not going to pit. He's got to gamble here and hope for another safety car. I mean, if it was me with these sort of drivers, I would think I'd have to go on the hards. Will we see another safety car? I just don't think you will in this race. So what do you think, TK?
I think you've got to go on the premise that you're assuming you won't see another safety car, but another one would be a bonus. I think the hard tyre has to be the choice here for every driver. The mediums probably won't last the end of this race. If they do, they'll be screaming. But if another safety car comes out, you have the choice of going back onto the softs or mediums, depending on when they occur.
Bro, these racing standards, man. Well, that's what the qualifier is all about. And the thing is, Gagley, a lot of people seem to blame a lot of others. But it's the same people that always get themselves into trouble. Remember, there's race management as well as racecraft and speed. And over 4 races, if you're that kind of guy, you should get into the top 5. That's what the whole point is of these qualifiers. So it kind of fizzles out the guys that don't have overall race management, racecraft and speed. That's the whole point of these qualifiers, buddy. So maybe you take a look at your own racing and get yourself brushed off and ready for Silverstone, the last race in this 4 races. Anyone can qualify. I think everyone's got points, haven't they, in this race?
Let's get points. I'm still waiting on confirmation from David Patterson. Calculating the points at the moment. But But interesting pit stop from the slap bus I was just looking at. He's gone from the softs to the hards, now onto the medium, so pitted twice already in this run. And will probably be wanting to go to the end on this tyre.
Yeah, he's probably taken advantage of the safety car, get the pit stops done, go on to the medium. He was already at the back of the grid on the hards, so 10 laps on the mediums are going to be fine. He's got to take advantage of that, though, and really go up the field, because he's at the back at the minute.
Yeah, I think he's just got to be patient. He's got to let those moves done. He's got to let people make mistakes in front of him and then take advantage of it. You don't want to be forcing your way through the field, especially at a track like Suzuka.
If you've been taken out 3 times in 3 races with these guys racing alongside you, I can guarantee you that it's not all their fault. I can guarantee you that, my friend. There's ways where you can race manage yourself and understand within a few laps on what type of driver you're racing against and come out of it. And I could tell you this now, these drivers that are in here, including yourself, know how to race. They do know how to race. It's just race management, Gagley. That's all it is, my friend. Putting blame on things, then get your tickets in. If the tickets are in there, then people will get punished for that. And I haven't seen no tickets, so... Anyway,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, English Dave says he thinks he's added them up.
Go on, English Dave. Let's see.
Get your ticking. Yeah.
AFC Wobble then yet to pit alongside Gulver. Gulver has not pitted, but he's on the soft compound tyre. Is that a big mistake? Matthew Caruana also. The top 3 are yet to make a pit stop, but the shock there is Gulver on the soft compound tyre, choosing not to go into the pits. Could this pay off for him if we see another safety car or not? He's still got life in those tyres, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think what you've got to bear in mind is effectively they've done probably not even half a lap of racing action on them. So the percentages are still going to be very low. They'll probably be good until probably lap 7, 8 at this rate. You know, we've done 3.5 laps under safety car.
Indeed we have. So it's going to be in this lap then. I believe safety car will be in this lap. It is indeed. Race control confirming that it will be. It'll be AFC taking us away. The effective safety car now. And he'll be holding up the pack. As we see Matthew Caruana doing a bit of a Max Verstappen going alongside, which is now illegal. If you do that in the league race, you will get a penalty.
Yeah, it looks like Walker's actually gone quite early.
He has, but Matthew Caruana, look at him. He saw that coming right on the rear end of Gulver here. And Gulver's on the soft compound tyre. Matthew Caruana pulls to the inside up to turn 1. Oh, and they almost touch going through turn 1. Great vision from Matthew to slightly pull out of that one.
Yeah, that's just knowledge and experience and racecraft coming into action, knowing when not to go for a move. And did really well to back out of that one.
Indeed, Gagley needs to watch this race before he goes into race number 4. I've got to give it to him. He's trolling in chat, so we've got to give it a little bit to him, haven't we? Bless him. All right, what are we looking like then?
Actually, Matt Caruana has left himself vulnerable to Expo, who's got a better drive out of the right-handed king down towards the hairpin.
He's going to have the inside line, though. And Wapple... Sorry, he's got the inside line. He's got the 2 McLarens now in the top 3. Great racing from them 2. Great overtake from Expo. Up now into 3rd place. Keep an eye on Slapbus. Got himself up to 8th place already on those medium tyres. So he's making some good moves. Optic in 7th place. Whether or not he had a bit of a mistake there, but he's 2.5 seconds adrift of that pack in front. But with these guys battling, Optic could drag them back into contention.
Yeah, bear in mind there's only one DRS zone on the Suzuka circuit, and that is the start-finish straight. Not even through 130R, it's just straight line speed, and that's where setup really comes into this.
They should change that, shouldn't they?
I don't know, because I like having just the one DRS zone. It makes setup so much more important. I think if you have the DRS through 130R, you'd be so inclined to go heavy downforce, because then you're basically removing that element of drag through the fastest part of the circuit.
That's a good way of putting it, actually, Mouse. Fair play. Great informative words there from the full traction Mouse.
But yeah, it looks like F1 Lewis had a bit of a spin at the hairpin last time around, but he's gained back 2 positions already after 2 drivers headed into the pits, JT Gent and OBW.
So Slapbus then gets ahead of PRL Optic. He's showing some great pace out there. What Optic needs to do now, he needs to stay on the back of him here and let him drag him towards the other pack. We've got a yellow flag. It looks like it's a F1 Lewis having another little spin, is it?
I think it was JT Gent just getting a little bit on. Oh no, it was F1 Lewis. You are absolutely correct. Just not looking stable around this track at the moment.
Nah, maybe it's the tyres, but we see a McLaren going wide and coming back around in front of the Aston Martin. And now it's left invulnerable for the overtake on Expo. Expo's going to go for it or not. I don't know. It's very close racing here. We're going to see anyone dive to the inside on the late brakes. No, they don't. They all file in. And now Matthew Caruana and MK6 have joined this battle. And look at this, guys. It is a 6-car race for the race lead as we see Gulver on the soft compound tyres coming in. And this is where not pitting under that safety car is really going to affect him.
Yeah, bear in mind we still have, I think, 2 drivers, both Matt Caruana and Walpole, both not pitting yet on the medium tyre either.
Yeah, I really did say at the start that if that safety car comes out in the 25%, you've got to pit, haven't you, regardless what tyre you go on. The loss is just too much. I mean, look at Xbox Gulver come out now. He's only just coming out of the pits. And, well, yeah, he's down in 10th place and 11 seconds behind JT Gent.
Yeah, I think the issue with 25% races is even if you want to pit later on in the race and the safety car does come out again.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but Wapple has binned it. The Aston Martin was running in 2nd place and he's had a bit of a spin, but he's now down in the 6th. He recovers the car, but he's lost a few positions.
Lewis has lost it through the S's as well, and that has brought out the safety car.
Oh my days! That has made it very interesting. I tell you what, guess who that's worked out for?
Slapbus.
Matthew Caruana. Matthew Caruana, who's yet to pit in this race, can now go on the juicy, gorgeous looking fresh softs and be ultra fast for the last, I would say, 4 laps of this race.
Yeah, we'll probably have 4.5, probably 5 laps of racing action here in Suzuka. We'll see who pits. But whilst the safety car is out, we do have...
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you there. Did you just first say 4.5 laps of racing?
That is what I was
Sorry, that was brilliant. We had to make sure the stream read that. The commentary bloopers with TK.
Oh, well, Expo almost gets himself DQ'd by going past the safety car there. But yeah, I was doing mental maths in my head whilst looking at the championship standings, which have now been preliminarily calculated by English Dave.
Oh, fantastic.
So, our current top 5 as things stand are Slapbus, MK6, Walpole, Expo, and Matthew Caruana, who is 1 point ahead of Parallax.
Oh, wow.
Sat in the top 5.
But Parallax is currently in P2, and Matthew Caruana is in P5, but he's got lovely softs here. So Matthew Caruana has to finish ahead of Parallax, and Parallax is going to want to finish against Matthew Caruana. This is going to be a hell of a shootout for this one, but don't forget, we still got Silverstone to come.
Yeah, exactly. Still race and a half. There we go. I'll get my half in somewhere to go in this qualifier. And actually, yeah, still a lot of points to play for. At 52 points to be exact, are still up for grabs. If we learned anything from Carlson last night, you only need to win 3 out of the 4 races to qualify in first.
Indeed you do. Expo then is going to lead the way. It's probably going to be in this lap, I expect.
It depends if OB manages to catch up. It looks like Expo is wanting to push the safety car along here. As Bert Mylander is going as fast as he possibly can in that Aston Martin safety car.
It is crazy when you look at these Formula 1 cars. They're going down the straight now at 140 miles per hour, and they look like they're crawling.
But yeah, if you look at the inside of the safety car, I love the inside safety car cam you get on Sky Sports and stuff.
Yeah.
It just shows Bert Mylander wrestling with that car.
Chucking it in every single corner, going bat out of hell. I mean, he's even got a guy next to him, like the rally drivers. Turn left, 60 degree right.
I'd love to know what their job is, because it does baffle me.
Isn't it the doctor?
Why you need that
Isn't it a
second driver?
doctor?
No, because that's the medical car.
Yeah, but doesn't the safety car have to have a doctor in it as well?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, that
guess
is a
that would make
question.
sense.
That's a question to chat. Who is the second driver and what's the second driver for in the safety car? I'm going to go doctor.
Control the lights and stuff. That would be my guess.
Oh,
controls the lights, controls
yes.
the comms.
That would be it, yeah. He'll be controlling
like
the
a
comms.
navigator.
Yeah, I would say so as well. Because of the lights on the safety car mean different things, don't they?
Yeah, you've got the orange, which is you can't pass. Green allows them to pass.
Yeah, and the back markers pass. Yeah, I've got you. Yeah. We figured it out ourselves. Look how clever we are.
Yeah, English over the chat. The signals, lights and stuff like on a rally car.
Oh, my paddy pat sound's just come off.
The what?
My paddy pat sound, car registration sound.
Oh.
I mean,
what on your
this
your
is
man
not.
cave?
It's not a legal one either, by the way. It's not a legal one. It's just a made-up one.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, for shits and gigs, I might actually put it on the car.
Put it on just to
Just
take a
for
photo
take
with
photos,
it.
yeah, exactly.
As long as you're on private land, it's fine to do.
I'd do it anyway for 3 seconds. It's a laugh, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
What I'll do is I'll go and drag race it down the bypass and just put the paddy pat on there and bring it back.
Yeah. Yeah, get some rollers as it goes down the street.
Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. I might take it with me to the British Motorsport show on the 19th and stick it on one of the A110s.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Yes, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm bringing it.
Yeah, get some double-sided tape and just stick it on there for a photo.
It's already got double-sided tape on it, mate.
Nice.
It's happening. It's happening. That's what we're going to
do.
What a great idea for a bit of content at the British Motorsport. If you guys are going to, any of you guys going to the British UK Motorsport show it's near Bristol actually, I believe.
Oh.
It is near Bristol. I've forgotten what town it's called.
Western?
Farnborough? What? Farnborough. It's in Farnborough.
That's nowhere near Bristol.
Well, it's an hour away.
That's... Anyway, right. Expo leads the race. I'll let you keep going.
Oh, look, the race is going. Here we go then. Matthew Caruana on those beautiful fresh softs is going to be attacking both of these cars. Oh, my days. How are they going through there? Matthew Caruana is looking very ballsy and racy on those soft compound tyre, but a few little bumps and scrapes along the way through Sector 1, and he holds position in P4 for the minute. Wow.
How he's managed to hold it through turn 1 there. That's the experience with him and Optic, who went around the outside of him. And actually, it's Mark 6 who goes around the outside of him again. So I don't know what's happened to Matt Caruana here. He's being passed left, right, and centre.
Maybe he picked up a bit of damage there through Sector 1. There was a few little touches on that front wing. But yeah, you're right. He goes wide again. He's losing loads of positions here. This is doing very well for Parallax. But look at Optic. Optic in P2 at the minute. But he's fighting it out with MK6. MK6 got the inside line here. Now has the outside. Optic is trying to stick it in. He's going to stay ahead of him, I believe, through here. But the Ferrari's having none of it on those fresh softs. And Optic, mate, he's got to leave a little bit more space there as Optic. Going side by side through there. I pretty much seen that. What do you reckon to that, TK?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Optic's got to leave a little bit more room there, and that's just unfortunate for him as he's the driver that gets sent round. Just going back to Matt Caruana, though, after his little run off into the gravel, he was doing a lot of weaving, so maybe he just didn't get those tyres fired up after the safety car restart.
Well, he's sorted himself out back in the 6th place, so he's in the points, but he's under pressure and slipping around on those softs already. He's going to be under pressure right now from the Aston Martin of Rude only. But for that, let's go back on to Wapple, as he was going side by side there for a minute, but he's filtered back in through Sector 1. Quite a treacherous Sector 1 is Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so careful. You've got to be so careful going through the corners. I think on last game they were horrendous, especially with the curbs. They would quite literally fling you across the track if you got them wrong. I think they're better on this game, but even still, it's not a curb you want to be riding for too long.
Oh,
and it will slow you down.
I tell you what, MK, take a bow here, because that was fantastic to get that move there. But they're getting very bushy. Oh my days! The Mercedes of Parallax and MK really on the edge of giving each other space there. It was so close either way. But
Yeah,
MK does get the arse end of that one and down in 10th place.
Yeah, it looked like MK just ran wide and was trying to rejoin. There was just not enough room on the track for him and tried to almost push his way on. And that's when the contact between him and Parallax happened.
Parallax then in 4th place, but guess who's behind him? It's Matthew Caruana, only 1 point ahead of Parallax in the championship, and this could definitely make a difference as we enter the lap, almost the penultimate lap here at Japan. Matthew Caruana is going to want that position because it's all to play for this last race at Silverstone coming next. But right here, right now, we're going to start the penultimate lap here. Matthew Caruana gets a brilliant exit here, goes into the slipstream of the Mercedes, and we've got side-by-side action behind them too as well. And Matthew, with those softs, gets in front of F1 Parallax. Great move.
Yeah, great pass for the Williams driver and to get the move done before turn 1, where he now has that advantage going into the S section.
It's getting a bit saucy. It always does when it's the 3rd, 4th race of this championship. Starts getting a bit bullshy. A lot more risk as people start to understand what they need to get to qualify in that top 5.
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers are now realising whereabouts they are in the points and what they've got to do to qualify. Bear in mind, you've got this race and next race still to do it. But I think they want to be eager to get as many points as they can from the Japanese Grand Prix.
Remember Flatbush, you know, the championship leader? Remember him pitting on the hards and then the mediums and now the softs?
Yep.
Flatbush is in 2nd, trying to fight it out for the lead of this race. What a sensational drive he's had this evening.
Who he's watched from last night, Carlson, and his 3 pit stop strategies.
And here he goes then to the outside on the fresh softs, and that's going to be one of the easiest moves he's had to do this evening.
Yeah, 2 drivers who were battling it out in the championship last time, Carlson and the Slapbus, working well together in the similar strategies over the 2 different days, and actually probably will both finish top of their qualification groups if things keep going the way they are.
Gulver then gets ahead of Rudonis. Rudonis had a bit of a spin there because he's gone right down the field and is now down in 9th place as we ride on board with Wapple, who's going to try and have a go at Expo on those beautiful, nice, fresh softs as we start the last lap here in this race. And look at that, goes round the outside, does the Aston Martin, and Expo has no answer to that.
Yeah, Expo just backs out into the corner. I wonder if that's just a little bit of experience. He knows he can hold on for P3 here, and he's more concerned about getting those points than potentially losing more further down the road.
Optic then shows that he's got the 1 lap pace with the fastest lap of a 1:28.7. He is in the points at the minute, but he's 23 seconds adrift of 9th place.
Yeah, he's got to be careful not to get another penalty. He's already got a 3-second, and Mark 6 is only 4 seconds behind him. That is a second adrift of him dropping out of that points pace.
He's got to get the points, hasn't he? He's got to get the points. Optic's good at Silverstone, mind. Watch out, watch him.
Yeah, no, you're
he's very good at Silverstone, so watch him for potentially challenging for the race lead. But for now, we're riding on board with Matthew Caruana, comfortably sitting in 4th place. No penalties as yet, as we almost come to the end of this race. Great show from the Slap Bus. At 1 point in the race, he was right at the back with wing damage, and he's come right through to potentially take the lead of this race. But we've got to ride on board here with the McLaren and Aston Martin going side by side through there. And I think Expo is just going to settle for 3rd place. Great defensive display from the Aston Martin. And Matthew Caruana comes in 4th place, ahead, crucially, of Parallax. Expo Gulver in 5th, sorry. Parallax is 6th. OBW, the 2 Alfa Romeos, come in 7th and 8th. Rude only in 9th. And Optic picks up, or does he pick up, the last few points here.
All going to be, Mark 6 is currently under that 3-second mark.
No,
it's going to be so close.
He's not. He's going to get the last points. He's going to get the last points.
By a tenth.
By a tenth of a second. Fair play. He gets the points. Well, there you go. We are 3/4 of the way through. We're on our last race of this evening, and it looks like we're doing well for our league race later on at 9:30. We're looking all right, yeah. TK. Remember, guys, after this, we've got Paddy Pat, moi, and TK racing at Brazil, teammates in the Alpine. And it's basically full-on league racing straight after this stream.
Yeah, I think we'll hopefully have half an hour
of just
Relaxing.
I might just sit in a corner quietly and not speak. Just be like,
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my plan.
start rocking like.
Yeah.
Screw the practice. I just need to bring myself back.
Just having the dun 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 in the back of your head because it won't get out of my head.
Yeah. Oh. So if we take a picture of
almost forgot that one.
Yeah, if we take a picture of the finished results, because obviously we had to reset the lobby, which is unfortunate. But we'll keep you up to date. We're going to have English Dave, who's going to add these points on to the current addings, and we're going to show you the live. We're going to talk to you because we can't show you, but we'll give you the top 5 and where everyone's at in respect to the last race.
Up front, that puts Slapbus on 50 points. No, puts him on 60 points.
So Slapbus has qualified, I can imagine, from that, surely.
Yeah, if I look at yesterday.
It was 50 odd points, wasn't it?
Carlson was on.
He was on 52 before the last lap, I think. The last race.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Are we missing a driver again?
Yeah, Carlson finished on 78 points. Second place finished on 69. So yeah, I think Flatbus has probably qualified.
And
we're missing I see you. That is who. Well,
is he had enough or what?
I believe he.
Bless him. Right.
No response from him.
Yeah, we'll give a couple of minutes for the tickets to come in, and then we go for our last race here for the second round of the Tuatara Qualifier Championship. Now, it's going to be a 10 races, and these are the prizes. And if you don't know what Tuatara is, we'll show you after our intermission. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, just waiting for the tickets to come forth. See you in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. And we're ready for the last race of the qualifiers. Hopefully, we have an update on the points, on who's, what, where, and how. TK, have we got any confirmation on where everyone's at yet?
Yeah, what is interesting, as of the Japanese Grand Prix, Mark 6 actually stole the fastest lap of the race from Optic on that last lap.
Well, so he gets himself an extra point as well. Ideal.
Well, he finished outside the top 10, so all he's done is steal it from Optic.
Oh, did he? How? So that extra point could come crucial as we go into this last race.
I could come back to bite Optic in the ass.
It definitely could. We'll get the championship standings as they come through. Obviously, because we had a lobby reset, that it doesn't show it on the stream right now, so we have to add them up manually for each race now. So it's a bit of a shame, but at least we've got the telemetry back. And
just waiting on pens as well, because there will be some from this race.
Yeah, just waiting on some pens before we go into this second race. The last race.
Final race.
But if you don't know what Tuatara is, !Tuatara in the chat. That will get you to the website, and you can of course get 15% off if you use code PADDYPAT15. And this is what they've got to offer. Tuatara, built for sim racing, offers sim racing socks, sim racing gloves, sim racing grips for your pedals. It's all about sim racing. And of course, for the Tuatara Championship, it's a 10 race championship, and kindly Tuatara have sponsored this event, and the prizes are something special, aren't they, TK?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic package for first, second, and third place in the championship. And definitely something I'd be wanting to get my hands on if I was racing.
Indeed. For first place, you're getting the full grip package. If you win this championship, it is a pair of sim racing gloves, sim racing socks, sim racing grips for your pedals, and a nice, gorgeous looking wash bag as well to go with it. Second place will get you the sim racing socks and gloves. And third place, you will win yourself some sim racing gloves. So that is the prizes up for grabs for this 10 race championship. But for now, we are in the qualifier series. To qualify in this championship, you've got to finish in the top 5 out of 4 25% races. Yesterday, we had the first qualifier event and the first 5 to get those seats. We are currently on the last race of this championship, just awaiting penalties to get the standings, so we all know where we're at. But we will get them as and when things get decided. I've got to say, Slapbus last season, really good racer, along like with Carlson. He's looking good as well, isn't he, for this season?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Slapbus was one of those drivers that, he was always consistently up in the points and really well driven. I think he got unlucky in some races not to be able to score as many points as he wanted to. But yeah, he'll definitely be up there.
Indeed he will. Indeed he will. Ticket 77, 5-second penalties for PRL Optic. So that leads Optic out of the top 10 from that race then. So he will be getting
does indeed.
No
that actually
points.
Gives Mark 6 2 points, one for P10 and one for fastest lap. So that's brought him back into contention.
So having no points, but the fastest lap has now turned into a point and a point for fastest lap. So these penalties do make a difference for sure. I'm really surprised with Optic tonight, I've got to say.
Yeah, I think maybe it's a little bit out of practice. He didn't get to race last night in Prospects Tier 1, which he would have done some game glitches, to say the least. So he'll be looking to bounce back, hopefully later on in the week if he decides to retry, if he doesn't make it.
Exactly that. He's raced all 4 races, so he can, if he doesn't make it tonight, he can re-sign up for tomorrow, or Thursday. Now remember, Wednesday and Thursday are 4 different tracks. You will not be racing in the same 4 tracks as yesterday and tonight. So that could either be a strength or a weakness, depending on what tracks are getting selected for the guys. The reason why we've changed it up after 2 is you know, if someone's tried to qualify on the first one and then on the second, they're going to have a way more practice for the third and fourth, aren't they? So that's why they've changed it up for that. Let's get racing and ready up then for this last race. It's 9:15. We've got a race in 3/4 an hour, TK.
Oh, this is going to be a long evening, isn't it, Patty?
Well, I did say this morning, I done a 2.5 hour stream this morning, and I'm like, this is going to be a big day of streaming for Paddy Pat. We've done 2.5 hours this morning. It's going to be around about 2 hours and 45 minutes for this one, and it's going to be about an hour and a half, give or take, for the Brazil track. I tell you what, if it rains at Brazil, I might cry tonight.
I think I will. I've done my 9 to 5 today, and then I'm doing this as well. I've had a long day of effective work.
Well, hold up, mate. I don't do 9 till 5s. I do 7 in the morning till whenever we finish.
That's because you're crazy.
I do uploads, stream, edits and uploads, stream, edits and uploads, then jacuzzi, then bed.
I don't think jacuzzi can count as work.
It does. It does, because I'm replying to messages and texts and people in message. Do you know how many messages I get a day from fans?
I'll say from fans.
My God, you would. If I give you my phone for one day, you would literally be like. And I love it. I gotta say, I do love it. I do love replying to people. I do love helping people. But it is a full-time kind of commitment. It really is. There's no messing to it.
Ticket verdicts through. We haven't had the standings yet. But Parallax gets himself a 3-second penalty. And 5 seconds. Waiting on footage. Just waiting on championship. That's
interesting that the stewards have give Parallax the 3 seconds. I'm guessing, is that the incident where the Ferrari
Alfa Romeo wide?
Was it the Ferrari Alfa Romeo wide? Yeah, interesting.
One of the two. One of the red cars.
Yeah, well, the stewards have made their decisions, and the points will be adjusted, and we'll let you know as soon as we know on the stream. But for now, we're about to go into the qualifying session here at Silverstone, the home of the Grand Prix. It's the last race of tonight's qualifiers. Let's get amongst it. Well, here we go. Let's have a look.
On, then?
Well, Silverstone, I reckon Matthew Caruana's going to be up there, but Slapbus, Parallax is very good round here as well. Optic is very good round Silverstone, so yeah, I don't know. This is going to be a close race.
It's going to be a very close race. I have a feeling it'll be a very close qualifying session as well. I reckon top 8 are going to be within a second. That's my prediction here.
So at 7 a.m, I'm in the jacuzzi, and I'm normally replying to messages that I've got through the night from people that are from America, or people that decide to stay up till 4 in the morning and decide to message me thinking I'm going to be awake at 4 in the morning. But
Optic's retired.
If you'd like, I'd show you. I'll show you my phone. But I suppose it's all private, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to invade people's privacy.
I know, but like, it's crazy to think like I get messages throughout the night. My wife hates it because at the minute we've just got the upgrade for our watches, and I'll wear my watch to bed and it'll go ding, ding, ding through the night. Like, I'm just fast asleep, but it's going ding, ding. So I turn my phone off, but I forget my watch has the notifications on, all on Discord and everything as well. It's like bing, bing, bing. Yeah. It's quite funny.
Matt Caruana's not done very well here.
He hasn't, has he? He hasn't at all.
I think he was last of the, or second to last of the actual valid laps. I don't know if he's had what's happened there, but he's not done well in this.
Well, just Peterson and English Dave are still working on the updating the points after the penalties have been applied.
You know what I said about the top 8 all being within a second?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am spot on.
You definitely are. Look at that. Fantastic. Slapbus then, a 125.2. Parallax, a 125.282. They're going to be battling now. Parallax is very strong round here. He is very, very strong. F1 Lewis is up there. I think Optic is going to come through the pack there as well. I'm not even sure why. I don't know. Is Optic just like being here just so he can give it another go tomorrow? I don't know. He could still qualify, can't he?
I believe so. From what I last saw, he was 7th after round 2, and that was only 4 points off qualifying.
Yeah, so he can definitely still qualify if he has a good race here.
I say he's got to have a good Silverstone race. Obviously, the race around Japan really hasn't helped him in the slightest, but yeah, still all to play for around here.
Indeed. Last race then. Here we go. Ready for it. Hello, Robertus. Welcome in, buddy. I haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing, bud? I hope there's no safety cars. We're literally going to finish this and be in driver briefing.
Well, I think we will be, yeah. It's 13 laps around here. It's about a minute 20 a lap. That'll be 29.
Lovely, with no safety
car.
Yeah. No formation lap, guys. Here we go then. It's 5 red lights here at Silverstone. It's lights out and it's away we go. Go, go, go! And the Haas gets a really good drive off the start. Parallax filters back in as we go through turn 1. They all seem to go through really nicely. And MK6 gets himself up into 4th place. Slapbooks then holds the lead of this race. As you see the Ferrari and the Red Bull battling it out there for position. Ooh, and they almost touched going on to the Wellington Straight.
Who's had a horrible start. PRL Optic losing part of his front wing end plate off the start and dropping all the way back to 13th, 5 seconds off the pack.
It's really not been his night, has it?
Not at all. And I really feel for him.
So do I. I feel like Optic, if you're out there, mate, you can retire and come back tomorrow, all right? Just because I've never seen a driver so fast, normally so great, do so bad. But we seen it last night, though, didn't we? Jack Hawkey. Another driver last night, absolute fantastic driver. Raced with him for a long, long time, but it just wasn't his night, was it?
No, and that happens, doesn't it? Especially around tracks that you're not necessarily prepared for, or after racing with new people that you don't necessarily know. It's so unpredictable what can happen. Here
we go then. Parallax goes to the outside through Stowe Corner. He's going to get the better exit on here. Ooh, did he get shoved wide there? I believe he may have done. The Red Bull of Gagli not messing about, trying to get into P3, fighting with the Ferrari. Around the outside of club he goes, and he gets that position on the National Pit Straight.
Yeah, great move there just to keep the position. Actually defending from the Ferrari, who's almost pushing him through turn 1 here. Ooh, bit of a move under braking there by Mark 6. Causes F1 Lewis to lock up a tiny bit as they head into turn 2 and 3.
And that's put him under pressure from Matthew Caruana, who's now in 6th place on the outside, on the soft compound tyre. Going down Wellington Straight they go, side by side. Now they're approaching Lovefield. Who's going to be late on the brakes here? A Red Bull still has the inside, but Matthew Caruana is going to have the inside round the horseshoe bend here at Lovefield. He's going to get a good exit on the inside line, and he stays in front. P5 then for Matthew Caruana so far.
Yeah, fantastic bit of driving by the two drivers there, both the Rebel and the Williams, knowing experience and racecraft, just to leave each other enough room there and not go for moves that would cause them both to crash out early.
Coming through Maggots and Beckett's, the leaders are now. And look at that view going through there. It just shows how good these cars are under high speed and have that amazing downforce. It's fantastic to see.
Yeah, unparalleled in the world of motorsport is Formula One, especially when it comes to cornering speed. And these cars really demonstrate it through the British circuit.
Indeed they do. And Parallax holding station and keeping up with Slapbus, as well as, well, the top 6 are covered. Top 7, sorry, are covered within 2 seconds. This is very, very close indeed, which is what we expected.
Yeah, all very close. And actually the two Aston Martins catching up as well as they're battling. Further back in the field, there's a bit of a gap between...
Gagli's made Parallax go defensive. Can he get a better exit here and get the power down earlier? Slight little wheel spin there has held him but he may force Parallax to go defensive through there.
Didn't have the straight line speed. Parallax got the DRS from the car in front of him, and that just allowed him to keep the faster speed on the straight, but he has gone wide in the corner. Gagley gets a good exit down onto the old pit straight here.
This corner will always be remembered from the Hamilton and Verstappen incident. What a high-speed crash that was in real life. But it is a flat-out corner in 2023, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a flat-out, especially with the car's downforce nowadays. They can take that without taking their foot off the throttle. I think, what was it, 51, 53 D-force incident?
Here we go then. Down into Stowe we go. And Parallax has gone to the outside here. And he does. He gets that move done around the outside of Stowe. Excellent move there from Parallax. And he's now your race leader. And they're starting to bunch up quite a lot here as MK has a little sniff on the inside of the Gagley. Look how close these guys go into Cop's corner. Is it Cop's?
No, last corner is...
No, first corner. First corner.
Oh, first corner.
It's Cop's.
Wood. No, that's after the old pit
No,
straight.
that's the pit straight. Come on, what is it? What is it?
I'm going to see on
Jesus
this
Christ.
map.
No, I should know that. Bad commentary from Paddy. Naughty Paddy. I've had a brain fart.
Got it here. Because I've got a map of Silverstone. Abby. There you go. I always forget what Abby's called because it's always just turn one.
It's because back in the day it used to be turn. It used back in the day cops used to be turn one. You see, that's why it always confuses me.
That's why it's always called the old pit straight.
Yeah, the first time I went there was when that was turn one. Cops.
Yeah, so Cops was there, and then you went into Maggots, and then you went out left before you never.
Wow! Side by side action through Maggots and Maggots! Oh my days! The Red Bulls have got to be careful they don't collide with each other. Fantastic craftsmanship here from all of these drivers. Brilliant! They're really putting on a show for us here tonight.
Yeah, great driving by the two Red Bulls, not to collide. And Matt Caruana's actually spotting an opportunity here as we head into Village.
Okay,
this is club, isn't it?
It is indeed. So we've got the top three battling it out, and F1 Lewis is trying to get back in the DRS zone of MK6, and he's just about done that. So with any luck, we could definitely get these 6 cars back within a couple of seconds of each other.
Yeah, we've had our first pit stops of the race. Expo heads in, gets himself a 5-second penalty in the process for speeding in the pit lane.
And he's got to be careful here because he's doing well in the championship as Expo, but he does need to get some points in his face. So that 5 seconds will cost him. 5 laps in then here at the Silverstone Grand Prix. No safety cars yet, no virtuals. It's just all out war at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, so many battles going on track at once. It's quite hard to actually keep track of who's where at the moment.
Indeed. So Parallax then in the lead. Slapbucks just happy to sit behind him as it stands and follow him in his slipstream. As we see Matthew Caruana getting a penalty as well. So 2 drivers with penalties out there tonight. Expo and Matthew Caruana.
Yeah, Matt Caruana just testing the track limits of the Silverstone track just a little bit too much for the steward's liking. And he does receive himself a 3-second penalty for that. So
down the hanger straight we go. And Parallax just stays out in front again. But it has brought F1 Lewis back amongst it, these battling. F1 Lewis now. Oh, Parallax goes into the pits early. He's got that from earlier today. Pitting earlier in Silverstone really does pay off, doesn't it, TK?
Yeah, I did see the Alfa Romeo go into the wall as we headed...
it's a safety car! It's a safety car! We've got a safety car in this race. His OBW has absolutely bottled it, the bottleless git, in the Alfa Romeo, and he's brought out the safety car. And I tell you what, that's worked out beautifully for the guys I've just pitted.
Yeah, I don't quite know what happened to the Alfa Romeo. I was flicking through the car, so I just see him backwards into the wall as they come out of that right-hander in start of Sector 2.
Well, the racecraft has been brilliant so far here at Silverstone. We do have a safety car right now, but I'm not sure if that was off his own accord.
What we can do, though, is whilst we have the safety car period, shall I run through the current standings?
Yes, let's run through the current standings as we enter this. I don't even know what I was going to say then, so just go for it.
As things stand, well, Patterson's confirmed Optic can still qualify. So, as things stand, Slapbus leads with 60 points. MK6 is in second with 35. AVFC Warpole with 42 points is in third. Expo with 37 points in fourth. And Matt J. Caruana in fifth with 32 points.
Go on, Matthew. Now, so 32 points is the cutoff.
Yes. So Parallax is 8 points behind him.
Ooh, okay.
Optic is 17 points behind him.
Okay.
So it's doable if Optic can get a P2 here, and Matt Caruana fails to get points, and Parallax fails to get points. It could be very close.
It definitely could. It definitely could.
All still to play for.
But it does seem, the way those points have kind of been shown, that it's the same 5 drivers that are doing very well.
Yeah, and like we were saying at the start of the stream, it's not necessarily about getting those podiums, it's just about being consistent over the 4 races.
Indeed. So everyone's in the pit then. Slapbus then comes out. Or does he? Because remember, Parallax did pit just before the safety car came out. And actually saying that, that's really dampened Parallax's race a little bit. Parallax then is going to come out of the pits in 4th place, and he was in the lead of this race. So actually, by pitting that 1 lap earlier, it kind of cost him a little bit there.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Mercedes driver there. Just nothing he could do about that. No, there's no...
Oh, what have you done there? Parallax has absolutely bottled it. I was thinking live on stream, is he going to slow down? And I just don't think he was looking at the safety car. Oh my days. That was a rookie moment from Parallax. I tell you what, that's just brought Optic back into this.
Well, that's not only hurt his race, it's hurt F1 Lewis as well, who currently has no front wing.
Yeah, but he went in the rear end of him, so he might even have rear wing damage.
Oh, apparently he lost connection. Or he lost concentration.
Oh, yeah, you could see it on stream. He's lost concentration, but Matthew Caruana has 2 penalties. Optic has a chance here, a genuine chance of getting in it. He's fighting Parallax and Matthew Caruana. Matthew Caruana has 2 penalties. Parallax is pretty much out of this race now. He's got to pit again.
Yeah.
Optic's got to get a move on here.
Yeah, F1 Lewis has got to pit here. He's got to hope the safety car doesn't come in this lap, which I don't think it is. It'll definitely be coming in for a new front wing. Matt Caruana will probably be able to get that 5-second penalty removed. Obviously due to the train of incidents that's happened after that. But yeah, that's caused chaos amongst the midfield here.
Did he get a penalty for that though, did he?
I think so. I think I'll have a look at the race.
Are you sure it wasn't in pitting?
I might be wrong, but probably.
It didn't look like he was involved in that incident.
Yeah, it was so basically he's got a collision with Gagley, which has caused him that penalty.
Right.
So what looks like has happened is Parallax has gone into the back of Lewis. Lewis has gone into the back of Matt Caruana, who's then gone into the back of Gagley.
I can't believe we had that live on stream, and I was looking at it thinking, is he going to slow down?
It took me a second to realise just how quick he was going through that back straight.
Well, we seen it the other day, didn't we? In the PRL Tier 2, Shane going right in the back of Matty D.
Yeah.
And Matty D was leading the race. Shane comes up on the safety car just before Rouge. And, well, yeah, the rest is history. Shane hits him at 157 miles an hour. And
yeah, Matty D was not happy about that one.
Not at all. But it can be done. The lapse of concentration just for a millisecond can really ruin your race. And I think it's a bit of humble pie here for Parallax right now. But he's on the soft compound tyre. He's got no penalties.
I'm just reading what's happened with Matt Caruana actually here. I'm looking at the ticket that has been opened by Gagley. Gagley's heading into the pit. Looks like he locks up a little bit. Matt Caruana hits him in the back.
Yeah, so Matthew Caruana, that looks like that penalty is going to stick for him.
But it will be removed for Gagli.
But it'll be removed for Gagli, yeah, indeed, yeah. So it's all to play for. Optic is in 8th place as it stands, and he's on the soft compound tyre. Let's have a look at the tyres from everyone else. Yeah, so the top 3 are on the mediums, 1 lap. He's got to get a move on.
I say that as I'm reading the steward's chat. It looks like the pen will not be removed for Gagli.
Wow.
They've managed to freeze frame him as he goes over the line. He is at 41 miles an hour, speeding in the pit lane even before Matt Caruana hits him.
So they both get the penalty then. Good work from the stewards. Really good job. Big thank you to Peterson and English Dave. I'm not sure if we've got any more mods working tonight, but I know them 2 for sure are doing a lot of the stewarding tonight.
Hang on. I think I might have jumped the gun here. But let the stewards do their work.
Yeah, let them do the work. As the race restarts here then, Sarpos gets a fantastic getaway from the safety car and a nice little gap and a comfort gap from the Ferrari.
He's got a good pull away there on the safety car, and actually Matt Caruana putting MK6 under immediate pressure off the safety car restart.
Rude only then battling out with Gagli. Gagli gets ahead of thing. Optic making a bold move on the inside, but he's got to be bold here. He's got to make those positions. He's got to be brave here. He's got nothing to lose. But at the same time, he's got to be clean.
Yeah, 4.5 laps of racing left. Again, going for the half because I know it's true this time around. So he's got to make that move done. If he wants some good points, he's got to almost make a position a lap here. That will get him up into P4. And
Optic still battling it out with Expo, and he gets ahead of him. So Optic now into 7th place. He's got to chase down Matthew Caruana. He's got 2 drivers here with 5-second penalties, and you've got guys ahead on the mediums. This is going to be ever so close. Virtual safety car.
Yeah, Parallax has seemed to have been at the start of Sector 2. He's lost his front wing entirely and was just stopped on the track as he tries to drive in towards DNF himself.
I would prefer if he'd done it in the pits.
Tyres on track.
So we don't. I would prefer if he does it in the pits, so it doesn't. And he's retired on track.
It has brought out a virtual safety.
Okay, so Parallax is going to have to. He will not qualify in this. In the top 5 tonight, so he will have to go again either tomorrow or Thursday. But he has raced all 4, so he does get another chance. He does give another bite of the cherry. But the race continues then. As we see Optic trying to chase down the 2 Aston Martins in front. The Aston Martins getting very, very close to each other's diffuser. And ahead of them is Gagli with a 5-second. I tell you what, Optic could get 3rd here.
Yeah, I think that's definitely on for him at this point. Obviously, the virtual safety car being short has benefited him. Got a yellow flag further back. I think that's F1 Lewis having a little bit of a spin as well.
Sorry, guys. My controller's run out of battery. Time to go on to the wheel.
F1 Lewis has a spin out of turn 2 and 3 just before Hamilton's straight. That's kept him down in P10. Now, Xbox Culver will probably get past him on the straight as well.
Okay, we're back again. So Optic then in 7th place. He has chased down these Aston Martins, but he's got to get ahead of these 2 because they have got no penalties either. But he's got to be clever about it as well at the same time. Down the hangar straight we go as we see AFC Wapple having a little sniff there on Rude only. And it looks like they're still battling out in front. Matthew Caruana, albeit have the penalties, he's looking very racy here at Silverstone.
Yeah, I think he wants to make that 5-second almost not be an advantage, not be a disadvantage as things stand. But he'll have to get past these 2 in front of him to be able to do so and get some clean air to race him.
Indeed. So, last 2 laps here of this final race in the qualifier championship for the Tuatara Championship. And Gulver's retired. What's happening to Gulver?
Yeah, an on-track retirement. Look at it.
Optic is on the inside of the Aston Martin. He's really going for it here. He's got the DRS, but he's had to filter in right in behind him again. He's going to go around the outside here as we enter the field. Is he going to try and get the switch back on one of these drivers? It's very, very close racing from these lot.
Yeah, great drive by Optic. He's putting so much pressure on the Aston Martin. He moves down the inside, down the old pitch straight
And
here.
he does!
But he will have the front line.
He gets that move done, and now up the road is the Aston Martin teammates, Rude Only. Can he get amongst it? He's still in the DRS of Rude Only, but Rude Only's got the DRS of Gagley. So a little bit of a DRS train as we go down to Hangar Straight through Maggots and Beckett's, of course. A very infamous few turns here at Silverstone, where you really get to see how well these cars go through the turns. And look at this, Optic's not messing about, straight to the inside through Stowe, and that looked very easy for Optic.
Yeah, he made the move look easy there on the second Aston Martin, and now he's got his all eyes on the Red Bull in front of him.
Yes, indeed, with 2 laps left to go, Optic is on an absolute charge. He can sniff that top 5, and he's all of a sudden woke up. Ahead of him is Gagley, 1.2 seconds with 2 laps left to go. He could get ahead of Gagley and Silverstone here, but not too far up the road is MK6. He could potentially get a P2 here.
It's on. Bear in mind, McCarwan has got 8 seconds of penalties. Gagley will probably have his removed. I haven't had confirmation from the stewards yet. I think they're waiting to see McCarwan's footage post-race. But let's assume he has that removed. If he can get past him and Mark 6, he's on for a good podium here.
Yes, I'll record Race Director after the race, so we'll take a screenshot of Race Director, okay?
I already told them what they wanted to find, so... I've got Discord open on my second one. Go on, man.
So let's go to MK6. He's going to come right back at Matthew Caruana here. But also Optic on the back of Gagley then as well. As we see the Ferrari pull to the outside, we've got a Haas of Slapbus there as well. And these top 3 are battling out here for the lead of this race. And this could get very saucy indeed. And Optic is not too far away from that battle as well. Holy moly, this is going to be photo finish here at Silverstone. Unbelievable. We now start the last lap of this race, and it could be anyone's game here. All separated within 2 seconds from 1st to 5th. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, he's got to get the first DRS advantage here down the... I can't remember what straight this is. I think it's the Hamilton straight, isn't it now?
No.
He's got to get...
Wellington.
No? Oh, Wellington straight. I can never remember the name of the straight around here. He's got to get the DRS down here. That's going to be so important if he wants to even try and challenge Mark 6, but I don't think it's going to happen.
He has a little look to the inside, but thinks better of it this time through. And Optic is in P5. But of course, if Gagley does get rid of that penalty, he has to get in front of him on track. So he could get a podium here, Optic, but he's got to get ahead of Gagley.
Yeah, he'll have one more DRS opportunity down the Hangar Straight after the Maggots and Beckett's. And that's going to be where it's important. Unless he goes to move beforehand, which he does.
Oh, fantastic. But that has left him vulnerable for the Hangar Straight. But we're going to have to go for the lead of this race here, because MK could be challenging for the lead of this race on the final time. They go down the Hangar Straight. It's gaining. It goes to the outside. The Haas goes defensive. Is he going to try and get the switch here? He tries it, but the Haas just about hangs on, but he goes to the outside again. Tries and makes it go defensive. He's trying to do anything here. Who's going to hold on? Look at them. They're almost bumper to bumper. But Slapbook has the experience to come across the line. Gets first, second and third. And where does Optic go? Optic then goes into 3rd place. Did he finish ahead of Gagley?
He finished behind Gagley. Both drivers going wide out of the last 2 turns. And I think actually it was Optic that pushed them both wide. And out of respect, he just dropped back behind the Red Bull to let him get the position back after the illegal overtake.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our 4 races here for the second part of the Tuatara qualifiers. Wow, what a finish. What a way to finish. All 3 top 3 drivers going across the line within a 10th.
Yeah, really, really great driving. And actually, such a fantastic battle for the lead here. We won't, someone in chat asking for standings, we won't have them until post-race due to instant reports. They will be on Pat Your Socials as soon as we get them out.
Indeed, they will. But what a race. Guys, we can't mess about tonight. We've got to kind of get ourselves ready for our league race. I'm going to take about a 10-minute break off the stream, and we're going to go live again. Don't forget to take a picture, TK, just in case we have any problems. So take a picture of that,
Yeah. All done.
But wow, what a race. What a race. 4 races we've had here. Some drivers not qualifying that I would think they would have. Parallax has not qualified in this event, so he'll have to try again tomorrow, as well as other drivers that have completed all the 4 drives. Yeah, interesting one, wasn't it?
Yeah, great racing by everybody involved this afternoon. The slap bus doing really well. I think he again had a really bad race, similar to Carlson yesterday, and then came back and just showed that he can qualify and that he can win races. Yeah, just fantastic to see from Brit.
Indeed. So there you go. That concludes our championship for today. We're going to be back again tomorrow, 6:30. Me and TK doing the commentary for the 3rd qualifiers, and we're going to all see you there and bid you good night. But don't forget, we're going to be live back on this channel in around about 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes. With TK. TK's going to be in my mind.
Yeah.
Again, because we're good teammates for the Alpines. So join us again.
Considerably worse.
Oh, mate. Join us again in about 5 minutes' time on this channel, where you'll see me do some racing in Esports Prospects League race with my teammate, this little shitbag next to me. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again in 5.
Yeah.
Goodbye. God bless.
Good night.